Good morning, fantasy football people. I am Jeremy Greene. He is David Smith. We are the Mullet Man and the Canadan. And I would be remiss if old Floster Dumbass himself didn't say, wasn't such a dumbass yesterday, was I? Good old Rocky Top. Woo!
You were, was that 8-0?
That is, so I went back and checked. I actually said Penn State is a big dog. So first loss, 7-1.
7-1.
7-1 with the big dog, 5 outright winners.
Yeah.
Let's go. And whichever one of you lovely people decided to put a G on Tennessee in the money line, A, good for fucking you. B, you have basically guaranteed that we will not get paid from Bettas for quite some time.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, maybe throw some coins in the old Jackie lantern there on the stream. If you notice, we do have a jack-o'-lantern over the logo today. That is our lovely little coffer for all of your super chats and things. So when you do them, they will scroll across the screen and drop little doubloons into our jack-o'-lantern Happy Halloween bucket.
We got to have a place for the donations.
For the doubloons.
You can't go doubloon. You can't just have your doubloons running free balling out here.
So what I was told is that oh, shut up, Pat. What I was told is that the other graphic was, how is it described? Wildly distracting. So this one's she's a little simpler.
Yeah, that's all right. I didn't find it distracting, but listen, I know the tank's always a little more simple than us too. So
I am a man of the people. We
give
have
the people what they want.
We already got questions just flying in because that's what we do here.
I'd love to see it.
DJ DuVernay said, "Yo, boys, need big help from my flex full PPR today. It's either ETN, Pickens, or Deon Jackson, who I just added off of waivers. And he made a trade that he needs to hear our opinion on." The first thing, Deon Jackson's name is going to be said no less than 57 times today.
How high are you on Deon Jackson then? High enough? How are you overweight?
No, God, no. No, God, no, I'm underweight. See, this is what I do, especially for DraftKings. If you're playing in the Battle of the Belt, links in the description of this here video. There's one if you're on a computer. There's one if you're on a phone. Just click the corresponding one, and it'll take you right there. I have a philosophy when it comes to cheap running backs. I'm okay if everybody's not on it. Like Eno Benjamin. All right, so he's real popular today. And I understand why. But what if he's not? All right, but what if he's not the one from Arizona that you want? Because I have a philosophy. Kyler Murray's only 7,300. They don't have a running back that can play dead in the Western.
No.
So why would I not play Kyler Murray? I understand he's more expensive. I get that, but everybody and their brother is going to be on Eno Benjamin.
Yeah, and I told you even just a little pre-show that I think it's a pay-up day at some positions. There's just when you're hunting for value and you're looking at that. We were all on Dameon Pierce when he was, 5,300. I'm still on Dameon Pierce.
I'm still on Dameon Pierce.
I haven't gotten off Dameon Pierce. But what I'm saying is everybody was on him, so it was safe. There was a net there. Not necessarily with Jackson. I'm concerned because that team is real bad. And Jacksonville's not played great, but they've had some ugly wins. I think that's going to be a gross fest.
Well,
I'm scared of that game fully. I'm going to be honest.
I am too. I'm pretty terrified of that game if I was being really honest. The other part of that, are we 100% sure it's Deon Jackson, or is it going to be some gross split with Philip Lindsay?
It's going to be a gross split. Philip Lindsay in that miserable Thursday nighter actually had a couple of runs that made me think, if the coach knew what he was doing here, he may actually give him a couple more carries, and he didn't.
By the way, the narrative that there's going to be a fired coach bump for Carolina is one of the funnier things I've ever heard.
No, that's a no. LA needs a get-right game, and this is a get-right game.
Badly. And this is as get-right as get-right gets. So to answer the original question from DJ DuVernay, I would go ETN narrowly over Pickens, and Deon Jackson's. I'm glad you have him.
He's a stash.
I'm glad you have him just in case this thing with Jonathan Taylor takes longer to fix. I'm not overweight on Deon Jackson. I have a little Deon Jackson.
I think he's probably you're in a pinch play. Like if you have a ton of Raiders and Texans like myself, he may be a pinch play, but yeah.
I'm not jumping up and down to do it. Let's put it that way.
No. And the Pickens has got to be the number 2 there.
I would agree.
He will get play, but that Tampa defense has been decent. They're not great, but they don't give up a ton of points. So Pickens will be the target. He will get targets. I don't know how much it's going to be.
And then DJ followed that up with I feel like if I don't start Deon, it was a waste of. He said sauce. I'm going to assume he's talking about fab or doubloons that you put on that. Here's the thing you have to look at. All right, you kept somebody else from playing Deon Jones by getting him. So if he's on your bench, it didn't hurt you. The person that you're playing against could have picked him up and drilled your eyeballs out if he's great. So it's not a waste by any stretch of the imagination. Fantasy football is about accumulating assets. He is an asset, no doubt. I'm just not sure that I want to play him today.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Then he followed that up with, I got A.J. Brown and Travis Etienne. Traded out Hollywood. He has DeAndre Hopkins on his bench, Chase Edmonds, and Josh Reynolds.
I think that's a win.
To me, that's an aggressive win. That's like
AJ Brown, the best player.
That's a cigars and carry a goalpost out of the stadium and take it to a bar in Knoxville.
How did you convince them to pull the trigger on that with Josh Reynolds as who's the Hollywood Brown, I guess, is the big name in that? Basically, AJ Brown for Hollywood Brown.
There are people that think Hollywood's still going to be Hollywood even after DeAndre Hopkins comes back. I'm just not one of those people.
No.
Rob Johnson, should I play ETN over James Robinson today? I would solely because I feel like that backfield is trending in that direction. Do you?
My concern is that I think this will end up closer to a New England Patriots style running back core, even though the talent level isn't the same. And I feel like James Robinson is going to get that extra level of, I don't know what it is. He's going to get snipes. He's going to get something. I don't know if it's going to be the touchdowns. I don't know if it's going to be extra carries, if he's going to be the one to break it. But I feel like you can't rule out that Robinson's going to get play in there somewhere.
I think they'll both get play. I just think this is trending more to ETN.
It should be trending more to ETN.
I mean, ETN's carries have gone up damn near every week.
If they were smart, they would parlay James Robinson into some useful asset.
Well, the only problem is that right now it seems to be there's a lot of running backs readily available if you need one.
You say that, and Deon Jackson is playing for the Colts.
No. I mean, in terms of the trade market, the NFL, yes. There seem to be just a big old slew.
It's because if you're not one of the top 3 teams, you've basically got.
I just would love to know. So the Rams have basically put out that they're going to put out trade feelers on Cam Akers. What are you expecting to get there?
Someone took the opposite Wolf of Wall Street buying and selling guy.
Yes.
Because you are selling at the ultimate low of his value.
If somebody would give you an over-the-pants handy, that's about as good as you can expect for Mr. Cameron Akers.
Your best case scenario is that you play him today and he goes off very well and someone goes, hey, that's the guy that we want. But the reality is that if you have a scouting department worth their salt, they would stay away from that I'd give you a 7 for him.
Yeah, conditional, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's actually good at the footballs anymore.
I would give you less than what the Patriots gave up for Randy Moss.
I would give you damn near nothing. Tank and I Friday tried to piece together who in the hell could possibly be on Cam Akers. We couldn't figure one out.
No one. There's no one. Look across the NFL, and is Cam Akers better than any RB2 on any other team?
Better than RB2,
Pittsburgh?
Yes. I just don't feel like you're going to give up any form of draft capital for that.
No. You might give up a flyer practice squad guy though.
Yeah, maybe.
Sure.
Stephen Tao asked flex question: Cortland Sutton, Christian Kirk, or Deon Jackson? To me, Deon Jackson's not even in that discussion.
No. Cortland Sutton should get play, but he plays in an offense that doesn't throw the ball, and Russ can't see his receivers at all.
I'm going Christian Kirk.
I think it has to be Christian Kirk.
See, for me, Christian Kirk's a play every week.
Of course, he's your no doubt one there.
In my flex rankings, Christian Kirk is a top 25 play this week.
If we break down those three players, there's only one guy there that is a no doubt bona fide wide receiver one in their offense. Because Sutton could be a 2, he could be a 3, depending on the week.
Much like me. Yeah. I could be a 2, I could be a 3.
Could be a 2.
Depending on how many beers you've had, I could be a 6.
Depending on the level of shower and undress, you could be a 10.
Bingo. Let's see. Michael Carter was also an option.
I am really high on Breece Hall.
I am too. I love Breece Hall this week.
I think that my running back must play this week is Breece Hall. Green Bay has done nothing against. They almost lost to New England running the ball down their throat. They did lose to the Giants by Saquon running the ball down their throat. And Breece Hall is electric. So I love the Breece Hall play this week. Green Bay is tough against the run. They need to win this game. I don't know if they do. I like the Jets to cover this, but I really like Breece Hall this week.
Oh, so you're going full Jets plus 7.5?
Yeah, I guess. T-shirt's coming.
My mother is calling me at 9:15 on a Sunday.
Oh my God.
Like, A, I'm on air at 9 o'clock every Sunday. B, if I wasn't on air, do you honest to God think I would be awake?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for this program, would there be a snowball's chance in Atlanta that I was awake right now?
No.
Rob Johnson said, I don't think T. Higgins is going to play today. I have heard the opposite, but I cannot say I'm confident on that.
Inactive's obviously not out yet, but we'll keep you abreast of that situation. Now that I've said abreast, the bots are going to come.
That's 100%. The tender follows and all those things. They're coming, and they're coming with a vengeance.
Yeah.
West Virginia Willie asked, is Damien Harris playing today? If yes, are we high on him? He is not playing today, and I am hammered on Ramondre Stevenson.
You should be. That game is there's 2 Patriots that I like today, and it's Ramondre and Jacoby Myers.
Oh,
if he plays.
A fun question. How many running backs? Actually, I'll go one step further than that. How many players do I have rated above Ramondre Stevenson this week?
5?
You're close. It's 6. Yeah. He's my number 7 play of the week. He was the first player I put into every DraftKings lineup today.
Well, he's it. This is the difference between a Patriots team with Damien Harris and a Patriots team without Damien Harris. Ramondre's $6,000 on DraftKings. He's going to double that. He'll double that value easy. He could 3x it in reality because no one's taking those goal line snaps from him. He's it. They'll run him down. They'll run him into the ground. Bill doesn't care about that.
Oh yeah, I love Ramondre today. Everybody be sure to hit that like button. That helps more people see us so they can ask their questions. We're friends. We want more friends. And then you can make friends with our new friends.
Friends on friends.
Matthew Hoffman asks, so with Olave doubtful, is Pickett a quality flex play? I'm going to assume you're asking Pickens, not Pickett. Unless you're in a super flex. If you're in a super flex, you always play quarterback.
Yeah, if it's Kenny Pickett, then you play it. If it's George Pickens, yeah, he's fine.
He's fine.
I think the answer is yes on both. Depends on what you mean by quality. If you have nobody else, if those are your two choices, sure.
If it's him or you have to play Tank Spencer, yes, I would.
James Conner,
who's not playing today.
Yeah.
Who is your cheap running back this week?
It's Breece Hall is the cheap running back. It's the cheapest I got, 5,800.
See, I can get to Eno.
You can get to Eno?
I can get to Eno because they don't have another running back on that roster.
As 4,600, I like the potential for another shoot. So Geno finds himself in shootouts a lot.
You really like that Seattle stack today.
I'll tell you, Arizona's not that great. And for whatever reason, Geno Smith is still cheap, and it's probably because he's Geno Smith. I mean, if you're not going to pay up at quarterback, 5,700 for Geno Smith going against the 23rd ranked defense, grab yourself some DK, I suppose. Will Dissly, someone on the tight end side of things. You know, Disley's 3,100, and then I can spend the rest of my doubloons. If I go Jets defense, Disley at tight end, Smith at quarterback, and then I've got Ramondre and Breece Hall as my running backs, that leaves me 6,700 per spot for three flexes or three wide receivers and a flex. I like it. That's a lot of money to spend on wide receivers.
The problem I have today, I have too many running backs that I like.
Yeah, I get it.
There's too many cheap-ass running backs that I like this week.
I get it.
And we will talk about that more as the show goes on. I'm a bot. That's his name. Welcome in. We're like an AA meeting for sports. Feel free to comment your drug of choice in the comments. Mine has always been Devontae Parker. Deon Jackson or Raheem Mostert, full PPR. Raheem Mostert, for me, it's not even close.
Yeah.
The Deon Jackson thing scares the piss out of me because I'm afraid Phillip Lindsay's the one that will somehow out-touch him. And I know what they've said. I've been down this road too many times.
Phillip Lindsay's going to get the goal line touches. You know that, right?
That's who they trust.
Yeah. Well, he's a power runner. He's like he will push it into people. He's always got the chip on his shoulder. He runs hard. I think that you don't have a problem, with Lindsay as your other guy in real football. But if you're looking fantasy wise, I do not like it.
DJ DuVernay looking for confirmation on ETN over Pickens. That's how I went, and Armchair as well. Yep. Stephen Tao asking you specifically how you feel about Devontae Smith this week since you were right last week. I feel like we both said that, but you're getting credit for it. So, okay.
That's all right. That's fine. It's fine. I still like him. Who's on A.J. Brown? Are they going to put Diggs? Are they going to put Diggs on A.J. Brown? So it's Devontae Smith. It's a Devontae Smith game all day long.
I like everything for Philadelphia. You probably won't get me off anything Philadelphia.
No, second-ranked offense in the league for a reason, and I love everything the Eagles are doing. This might be the first loss of Cooper Rush's career. Mean guy, So I love Devontae Smith today. If you're looking for the guy that's probably going to get more love, it's probably Devontae Smith. Godert is probably going to get some love. Miles Sanders will definitely get some opportunity.
Our buddy Justin Parton asked, buys and injuries are killing me. Full PPR flex, Tony Pollard, Tyler Boyd.
I kind of like Boyd this week.
I actually do too.
Saints are missing some pieces.
I do too, and that's even with me thinking that T. Higgins is going to play.
Yeah, I like Boyd this week.
If the Higgins doesn't play, then it's certainly Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, agreed.
Let's see.
Pollard's fine. He's just I think that this game script goes not the way Philadelphia, or not the way that Dallas wants it, so the Pollard's going to be effective.
Chauncey Major asks in our YouTube comments, which defense should we pick up today?
I'm on the Jets defense today.
I don't hate the Jets.
Defense.
I don't hate the Jets. I'm just afraid we're going to get absolutely rocked. If Jacksonville's available, that is my answer.
Jacksonville's a good choice. I also don't hate
Cincinnati.
LA.
I love LA.
I like LA. I think is probably a safe pickup.
If
it's around.
If you're not afraid to wake up Monday morning and say,
I am never going to financially recover from this.
You could get ballsy and go Carolina Panthers. I mean, if you think the fired coach bumps a thing.
I don't.
I'm not doing it, but you could.
I don't. So you really, just to be clear, the most points that this Packers team has scored has been 27.
Yes.
That's not all that terrifying.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. It's going to happen, and it'd be the jettiest thing of all time for it to happen to us.
I suppose. I trust you on all things Jets, although I'm riding the Jet train right now. Too many good matchups to not consider.
Rob Johnson with the first contribution to the Jack-o'-lantern bucket here on the screen.
I'm your huckleberry.
Kenneth Walker over Najee Harris today. I want to, and you should.
You should. You absolutely
I am hammered drunk on Kenny Walker this week because they don't have anybody freaking else.
No, I love Kenny Walker. He is also someone that I drafted in Dynasty, so I am take that for what it means. That's a guy that I've been high on, obviously, since getting drafted. But I love him today.
I am in a very large league where I spend a lot of doubloons, and I have finished either in the playoffs or won it every year I've been in this league. I have 6 running backs that are in my top 16 this week. Oh, yeah, and it's half point per carry. Just throwing that out there.
Excellent.
Let's see here. So have to stream. There's Rob Johnson as well. I have to stream a tight end this week. Irv Smith, Noah Fant, Evan Ingram are available. I could promise you I know what Armchair is getting ready to say.
It's Irv Smith.
He loves Irv Smith. And I'm telling you right now, one of these weeks, Irv Smith's going to go 8 for 85 and 2 touchdowns. And he's just going to show up on Tuesday with a big old mouse that ate cat that ate the canary grin on his face. I like
it. It's an easy kind of play for me. And he's going to, who else is at tight end there?
Irv Smith's my answer as well. I don't. The tight end is dog shit right now.
Yep.
And I am the tight end whisperer. And if you hang around to the end of this video, there is a cheapin that I like on the DraftKings.
Ooh.
Stephen Smith asked, Brandon Ayuk or Devontae Smith? I'm going to disagree. I love Brandon Ayuk today, and I don't legitimately know why.
Oh, that's tough. That's a lot closer than you probably think it is.
It's certainly close. I'm just plastered on Ayuk this week.
I think I'm on Smith still. Not to make your life more difficult, Steven.
Oh, and I don't blame you for that. Devontae Smith is safer.
Yes.
But Atlanta has one real good corner. He's going to be on Debo. Predominantly.
Have to be. Debo's a grown man, though.
I'm
worried about that just being a Jeff Wilson, run the ball, grind the clock out kind of game.
Patrick Holt asked, is Olamide Zaccheaus a play today?
I mean, I guess.
I'm going to say no. There are so many receivers I like better than him.
I don't know if I would. If you're looking for, the most contrarian possible lineup ever, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Ben Skoranek is a guy I like better than him this week. Isaiah McKenzie. Isaiah McKenzie is a very cheap way to get into that Bills-Kansas City game. Just throwing that out there.
I like Isaiah McKenzie today.
I do too.
There's a lot of opportunity in that game.
And I'm going to say this. I'm only going to say this once because I've said it a billion times. If Rondale Moore is available in your league, go fucking get him.
Yeah.
right now. Don't wait. Yeah, don't go away from the video. Maybe just, split screen on your phone, whatever you're going to do. Go get freaking Rondale Moore.
Yeah.
By the way, if Eno Benjamin doesn't have a day, I'll guarantee you Rondale Moore has 5 carries or more.
Definitely.
I like him a lot. If you're trying to find a way of, God, there's so many running backs. Who all do I play? Play Rondale Moore instead of Eno Benjamin. Trust me.
I like it.
Stephen Tao said you mentioned Kyler for DFS at 7,300. Burrow is 6,700. Still like Kyler more. Where the fuck's my bell? Oh, there it is. Yes, I do.
Yes. Not by much. 6,300 is nice, but what are you going to use the money on?
Here's the thing. You got to remember. So everybody's worried about Lattimore not playing. The problem has been he doesn't have 2.5 seconds to get to the top of a drop.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed there.
Yeah, I agree.
And look, I'm not saying I don't like Burrow because I definitely do. Just in that situation.
Kyler's also the best running back on the Cardinals.
That's also a good point. Basically, I'm trying to find ways to play people that will run for the Cardinals that are not named Eno Benjamin.
Yeah.
This is one of those public narrative things where everybody's on this and they don't realize he's not very good at football.
I'd agree with that.
Let's see. I'm going to let you answer this one first. From Super CMB Challengers, we're like an AA meeting for sports. Welcome in. Good to see you. Feel free to throw your drug of choice in the comments. I'm slowly starting to think that mine is evolving into Damien Harris. Pick 2 PPR, Mike Williams, Christian Kirk, Michael Pittman Jr.
I think I am on Williams and Kirk.
That is exactly what I'm on.
Just because the Colts haven't shown me anything. And Pittman's excellent. I have no issue with Pittman. It's just.
I like Pittman. I just don't like this. I don't like this offense at all.
Nope.
He followed up with an Eno Benjamin or Ken Walker PPR.
Kenneth Walker.
I agree. Basically, you could ask me about anybody that can't literally fly or is a member of the divinity. That asking me that against Ken Walker's probably going to be the right answer.
I agree.
With Friarmouth out, who's my best option PPR? Hayden Hurst, Irv Smith, Dalton Schultz, Evan Ingram, Tyler Conklin, Robert Tonyan. I refuse to say it Tonyan until he spells it right. Or Will Disley.
God damn. How many tight ends do you have?
Those are probably ones that are available in his league.
Oh, okay.
If I had a wager.
Jesus. It's probably Hurst.
The matchup's just so bad.
I know.
New Orleans is so good against tight ends.
I know. That's probably where I'd go, though. I'd go Hurst, Tonyan, Disley.
I'm gonna stick Irv Smith.
I like Irv Smith a lot. You know that.
I'm gonna go Irv Smith. Patrick Holt asked, stack Geno and DK and DFS. You could do much worse.
I've done it. 6,800 for DK. Geno is 57. It's fine. You've spent, a little bit of your cash there if you've got some cheap running backs, and we've already told you a bunch, so I like it.
JT86TN said, how about them Vols, baby? Yeah, you're going to hear Rocky Top a shitload of times tomorrow. Like, I will play it so many times that we'll lose all meaning. I drunkenly spent time downloading different versions of Rocky Top to play tomorrow.
Yeah, I like it.
He then followed that up with Michael Pittman Jr. or Drake London, full PPR.
I might have to say...
I know what I think my answer is, but I might have to look.
I think it's... I think it might be Pittman here.
It's Pittman for me.
London is... London's got the Niners, right?
Yeah.
So, yuck.
Now, look, the contingency here is if you think that Falcon game stays close, West Coast team coming east, if there seems to be a massive public narrative that it's going to stay closer than makes any form of sense, then I would understand London. I'm just personally going to go Michael Pittman Jr.
I get that.
Let's see. From Chauncey Major, flex DuVernay or Isaiah McKenzie?
McKenzie.
I would agree.
It's just more opportunity in that game for boom booms.
And that's where I'm at. I'm looking at DuVernay against the Giants going, do you have to, though?
No.
Because I'm not sure they can deal with Mark Andrews. So you don't really have to do any of these things.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Let's see. Matthew Hoffman, how do you feel about the Saints' defense? I'm out.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm mitigating risk here. There's too many cheap-ass defenses that are readily available that are too easy to go get. And I hate carrying two defenses. Hell, I think you can drop the Saints, and if they get just skull-rocked this week by the Bengals, nobody's going to pick them up. I also don't stress defense or kicker hardly at all.
I don't blame you.
Do you put any mental effort into defense or kicker?
No.
Kicker, I know you don't, because you and I have talked about it enough times. They're all damn near the same guy unless it's Justin Tucker.
They need to have a leg and be active for me to play them, and that's it. The rest.
I try not to play kickers for the Jets because, the ancient curse that Joe Namath when he signed his soul over to the devil.
Yeah.
They hadn't been good at kicker either. Joel Hernandez II. We're like an AA meeting for sports. Welcome in. Feel free to throw your drug of choice in the comments. I say this all the time. Armchair, what is your drug of choice?
Right now, I think it's Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. Alvin Kamara is becoming the one that I'm flexing to because I got clean off Devontae Parker.
He became a Patriot. That made it really easy.
It did. Half-point PPR, pick 2. Wide receiver 2 and flex. Rondale Moore, Drake London, Romeo Doubs, Zeke, Corey Davis. I know exactly where I'm going here.
Rondale and Dubs.
I'm going Rondale and Drake London.
I like that.
Romeo Doubs is going to catch DJ Reed. Because I would say the Lazard King probably gets sauce.
Yeah.
And the Jets do tend to play sides. So Dubs could still have a good game, avoid DJ Reed, wind up in the secondary. Whoever you think is going to be dealing with the safeties. That is predominantly who I want to deal with.
I like that.
The safeties for my fight in New York Jets blow dead bears. So I'm not feeling good about it.
That's fine.
Stephen Tao said, I can put Ayuk in over Dobbins in my flex. Would you do that?
Over J.K. Dobbins?
Yes.
No.
I don't think I would, but I'm going to have to look.
I think you keep Dobbins in. I love the Giants story this year. I still think Baltimore wins this one, and I think that Dobbins plays a role in that.
I do too. I have Dobbins right behind Ayuk, actually. He's about 6 spots behind Ayuk. So that's a judgment call. Depends on your league settings. If you get anything for carries, obviously I'm going to lean to Dobbins. In just a straight normal PPR, I understand why you would go Ayuk. Matthew Hoffman asked, so wait, are we up or down on Debo? Debo's an every week play. I don't care who he's playing against. I don't care if Deion Sanders came back in his prime to defend Debo Samuel. I'd still play him.
I think you have to. Debo's in every play. We're always on Debo. It's just looking at the matchups. I think that Ayuk gets a better game script. I think that's all Jeremy's saying there.
Let's see. Matthew Hoffman. They were talking about how I don't know with Debo Samuel or James Robinson. Debo's in every week. James Robinson is if you think they are ahead, you can play James Robinson.
Yes.
Rondale over Pickens.
Yeah.
I love Rondale this week. He's the one nobody's talking about in Arizona. And I think if I had to pick 3 players that I felt the best about being in the millionaire lineup, it would be Ramondre Stevenson, Kenny Walker, Rondale Moore.
I don't disagree.
I'm going to assume it's Bine, and If you phonetically tell me how to say your name, I do not want to butcher your name. So welcome in, Bine, or Ben, maybe Ben. Let me know in the comments. I hate butchering people's names. Allen Lazard over Waddle, right? I would say yes.
Yes.
Because it's going to be a Skylar Thompson day. Because Teddy Bridgewater, who has shown 0 concussion symptoms, is somehow in the concussion protocol.
Love those mass overreactions. They're great.
I think I have more of a concussion than he does, and mine is solely from domestic lights and Fireball.
Oh, that'll do that to you.
Oh yeah. And look, I'm feeling better today than I usually do on Sundays, but the headache is marinating right now. Hoffman, is Khalil Shakir a DK type of option this week? He is, but I don't know exactly how it's going to look. I can't figure out how they're using him.
Can they figure out how they're using him?
No, they can't.
He had a big game against Pittsburgh, but that's it.
He did, and there was nobody missing. I mean, he's the one that's replacing Jamison Crowder, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, it's like you had a big game, but it was 3 receptions on 5 targets. 5, and his target share has been 2, 0, 2, 5.
And it was also in a blowout.
Yeah, Shakir could be...
McKenzie didn't play last week. Yeah, no, I'm not on Shakir because McKenzie's back this week. I totally forgot Isaiah McKenzie didn't play last week.
And I like the target share better there.
I do too. Tyler, should I trade away Derrick Henry for Josh Jacobs and Amon-Ra St. Brown? I would do that in a heartbeat.
I love that deal.
I would do that in a heartbeat. And then I would put my phone down and I would laugh aggressively at whoever did it. Not because Derrick Henry's not it's a fine play. I got 2 starters for 1 in.
Anytime you can accumulate those assets for less than you should, you do it.
M. Adone, full PPR, Lazard or Dubs. Welcome in. We're like an AA meeting for sports. Feel free to comment your drug of choice in the comments. Mine is not playing a kicker. And that's like my weed. It's hurting no one. It's just good. It just makes me feel good.
It's a good thing to do.
Who do you have higher this week, Lazard or Dubs?
Dubs by a smidge.
I think it is too, because I feel like Lazard no doubt gets Gardner or DJ Reed more often.
Yeah.
So I would go Dubs. I don't feel great about either one of those. Like I have Romeo Dubs at 25 this week. I have Allen Lazard at 31.
Yeah.
I don't think Allen Lazard is good enough to deal with the coverage he's getting ready to get.
That's going to be a tight game. I mean, you know how I feel about the Jets in this game. I feel like the Packers, this is a trap for the Packers.
See, to me, this is a trap for the Jets.
Well, what do the Jets have to lose? They're not winning the division.
No.
Buffalo's division, and you guys want they want the picks. They're not going to stop playing. I think that the talent deficiency is there, but Green Bay they don't have it together. They don't have it together.
I'm just going to forewarn you all, if you watch our ESPN radio show live right here on this channel, weekdays at 3, if the Jets win this game.
Good. Let the hate flow through you.
I will be insufferable tomorrow. Good. Deon Jackson, this is from Big Birds, and this is a bird that I do believe is real. Hashtag birds aren't real. Deon Jackson, Najee Harris, Romeo Dubs, Jalen Waddle, George Pickens, Brandon Ayuk, pick 3 half PPR. Ayuk's the no-doubter for me.
Yeah, I'd go Ayuk. I don't love anything from that Pittsburgh game.
I don't either, but if I was going to play one, it'd be Pickens with no Friarmouth.
Yeah. And then I guess we're left with Dubs.
That's where I was leaning. I don't love Jalen Waddle with Skylar Thompson.
No.
Najee just has nowhere to go.
No. Not his fault for what it's worth if you're in Dynasty hold. Unless you want to sell him to me, and then I'll take him.
You know what? I'll go Ayuk, Dubs, And then Pickens if you need the safe plate, Deon Jackson if you need the upside.
Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
I feel like I'm making it sound like I wouldn't play Deon Jackson under any circumstances, and that's just not true. There is a circumstance where I would play him. I'm just not doing it on DraftKings, and I went so heavy on running back that I don't need to play him anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's probably making me it's making me sound a little biased. And that is not what I mean to do. Rob Johnson asked, your thoughts on Alec Pierce. He has been good the last 2 weeks.
He is the only guy catching balls for Matt Ryan right now. And I don't know, do I like a B- play at best? Probably a C+, to be honest with you. If you're in a pinch and you need a flex, sure. I don't know if I would put him in my DraftKings lineup.
15 targets the last 2 weeks, 12 points against Tennessee, 16.1 against Denver, and he's cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
4,300 this week.
He's the Colt that I would play.
I would play Pittman too, but not in DraftKings. He's the Colt I would play on DraftKings.
Yes.
Alex S. Is DK a start and Kenneth Walker or Najee? Kenneth Walker by quite a bit to me.
Yes. And DK is a start.
He is
I'm
a
fine with
start.
DK.
He is a start because nobody for Arizona can deal with him.
Everybody's going to make fun of me, and look, do we get it wrong sometimes? Sure. Could this be an awful matchup? Hell yes. You get those games where in your gut you're like, something about this just doesn't feel like, who's going to stop anybody there? Like, who's Arizona playing that's going to stop literally anybody?
I don't have a good answer to that.
That's because there isn't one. They just they're bad. They're bad. Their last few games. So here we have week 1, they put up 21, but they lost 44-21. They beat the Raiders in that silly OT game, 29-23. The week 3 against the Rams is the outlier out of all of them, 20-12. And then it's 26-16. So 20-17 against the Eagles. I still think this is going to go out there. Seattle scores too. They have no defense. None.
I do love this fictitious narrative that, well, Arizona is good every other week. No, they're not.
No.
They're not. They're just bad.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Moo W1NZ. If I got that right, let me know. Adam Thielen, Isaiah McKenzie, PPR.
Thielen.
I would agree. I like Isaiah McKenzie, but not to that level. Thielen's a high, mid-tier wide receiver 3 for me this week.
Yep. Thielen will get some touch.
M85 said go Padres. I loathe baseball, and I agree with you.
This is my favorite. So I am a baseball fan. I love chaos, though.
Me too.
Once my team's eliminated, I'm all for it. Give me all the chaos.
Yeah,
all the chaos all the time. So.
I really want a Padres
Phillies.
I love that we have Padres Phillies, and I really want
Cleveland
and Houston.
Yeah.
And then we just all root against Houston.
Yeah. Nothing but chaos.
God, I want to, and here's why. I want to see what a Cleveland Guardians, San Diego Padres World Series would rate at.
Outside of those two markets, 0.8.
It would be brutally bad and would add a real layer of happiness to my baseball is irrelevant to most people argument.
Yeah.
But good for your Padres. As a Jets fan, I can totally sympathize. And the Mets, who I allowed them to hurt me for many years, and that's why I now hate baseball.
Yeah.
Alex S., is Jamal Williams worth holding on to, or is he now streamable? Yes, he is worth holding on to.
Hold him.
He's still good-ish. They're on a bye this week, but he's still a hold to me. Inspi 7F, Geno Smith, Jalen Hurts.
Geno, I suppose.
Jalen's in every week to me.
Sorry, for a second there, I was completely thrown off, and Jalen didn't register with me. I think it's because they're playing the night game. And so they're not on my DK lineups. Yes, Jalen Hurts is a must start every week, and he's going to own Dem Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. They're going to eviscerate the Cowboys today.
Yeah.
Let's see. Stephen Tao. So we're stacking Geno, Disley, and Walker. If you told me that 4 weeks ago, I'd say you're crazy. Football's fun, isn't it?
Yep.
Alex says, stay away from Steelers. If you had to, Najee or Deontay Johnson?
Najee.
If I had to, it's Deontay. I mean, just absolutely had to. I am so down on Najee Harris, it's pathetic.
He's not, but it's not a talent thing. It's
No,
that team.
it's
that
situation.
team doesn't have That team can't help him win at all. You can't do anything about it.
He's a back end RB2 for me today.
He is not a north-south guy, and they continually run him into the back of linemen all day long.
Patrick Holt said he's heading to church. Please say a prayer for us, because, well, at least I can speak for me. I need it.
You can speak for both of us.
Well, I'm the markedly bigger degenerate than you.
Sure.
The funny thing is I do 3 different kinds of show a week with 3 different people on the other side of me, and I am exponentially the bigger degenerate in 2 of the 3.
Yeah.
And then I meet my match with the 3rd.
You got to have what you got to have.
Brian Haynes and I, if competitive drinking was done like tag team wrestling, we would be the Legion of Doom.
Bushwhackers. Bush light whackers?
I love everything you just said. And now I want to do that so bad.
Oh, that's a win.
And it's been clarified it's Binet.
Okay.
Went to the translate lady, tried to get it to sound the same. We appreciate you. As you can tell with my accent, it's very hard for me to say certain things, and I hate butchering people's names.
Yeah.
Not actually cousin Colin Greene. Higher upside for this week, George Kittle or Taysom Hill?
Oh, Kittle.
It's Kittle to me. It's not close.
Yep.
I love George Kittle this week.
He is. So what do you think is happening there? Because George Kittle, talent-wise, is what, the 4th best tight end in the league?
He may be higher than that.
Might be the 2nd. It's Kelsey's 1, right?
Yes.
And then talent-wise, not production. I need to put a pin in that. Darren Waller, if he ever got going, I think should be probably up there. Then it's Kittle. Like, he's 5,100 on DraftKings. He hasn't had any. I know he was hurt first 2 weeks of the season. 6.8, 4.4, 8.7, all ridiculous. Like, and target-wise, nothing. Like 15 targets over 3 games. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is he's not getting the targets.
Is this the Ayuk situation from last year, except without the the issue of he was in the doghouse, where it's just San Francisco doing San Francisco things?
No, I just think he hasn't gotten on track yet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. And I think he's going to at some point, and this week screams to be the week for me.
Yeah.
So I would go George Kittle.
I like that.
J. Hay 514, standard flex. Uh-oh, lost it. Pick one, Sutton, Darrell Henderson, or A.J. Dillon.
Darrell.
It's Darrell, and it's not even close to me.
Yeah, it's Darrell.
Darrell Henderson is the one that I think is going to go stupidly low owned that I'm going to be aggressively on.
I don't blame you. 5,100.
I love him on DraftKings this week. Love him on DraftKings. And do you know why? Because the alternative is Malcolm Brown.
Yeah, I like it.
Who I think has been back there for, an hour?
Maybe. I don't even know if they have a nameplate for him.
I love Darrell Henderson this week.
In.
Kelvin Joyner asked ETN or Algier today. Bye week got my RB2.
ATN.
ETN, and to me, it's not all that close.
I don't like the game script for that.
I don't either. I don't either.
It's not nice.
The thing that scares me, the thing that scares me most about Algier is that he has 2 targets.
Yeah.
And I just don't think you're going to be able to run into San Francisco. Even with a mobile quarterback, even with Drake London.
That's a no for me.
Binet said, I had just noticed I also have Rondale Moore and only one wide receiver spot. Lazard, Waddle, Thielen, or Moore. Which would you pick?
I think I'm on Thielen there.
I'm on Rondale Moore.
I love Rondale Moore. I think I'm still on Thielen. That game's not going to be pretty, but I think that's a Vikings walk.
See, I don't. I think Miami's going to win that game.
Do you?
I do.
I feel like we've seen the best of Miami, but that might be my AFC East bias coming in. So,
well, here's the thing. I don't think Minnesota's all that good. They have not beaten a team outside of dead week 1 Green Bay Packers, and we've seen that before.
Yeah, they're middle at best.
And an extension of that, satisfied Browns fan asked Rondale or Isaiah McKenzie, half PPR. It's Rondale for me by a lot.
Rondale there, no doubt in my mind.
Kelvin asked, is Brian Robinson a good pickup? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily know how effective he's going to be, but he's a starting running back in the NFL. At least until Ron Rivera is fired and somebody goes, oh, wait. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
And they realize that Antonio Gibson's better with the ball in his hands than Brian Robinson is. Rob Johnson, start the Packers, D, or the Rams. For me, it's the Rams by a lot.
Yeah, Rams by a ton.
Eric Miller, are Cousins and Justin Jefferson worth the DFS stack? I'm going to say no, but I don't hate Justin Jefferson.
So the only issue with that stack is your QB and wide receiver stack that's everything. $6,000 for Cousins, and Jefferson's just as 100. It's 8,900. So that's a ton of your salary gone.
Yeah, he's so and my thing at receiver is if I'm going to pay up for a receiver like that, it's going to be Stephon Diggs.
Diggs 8,400 and has a better matchup, and point production has been about the same.
And after the Gabriel Davis incinerates the Pittsburgh Steelers week, I feel like it's going to be, all right, this is a Stephon Diggs week.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. It's expensive. You can do it, and there's probably no harm in that, but it's going to be expensive.
I also like Jamar Chase this week, just throwing that out there. And DK knows, if you look at the salary, they 100% know.
Yeah,
because he started at around 7,100, blew up in week 1, then stayed in the 8,000 range, hasn't broken 14 points since, and then went up $600 this week against a decent to good New Orleans defense. And they didn't know Lattimore wasn't going to play.
No.
They know he is a guy that can bust a slate wide ass open. Inspy 7F, pick 2, Taysom Hill, Zach Ertz, Christian Kirk. Ertz and Kirk for me.
It's got to be Ertz and Kirk.
That's just where I'm at. I feel like Taysom has – I feel like we're getting swayed by the fact that Taysom Hill had 4 touchdowns last week.
I have Taysom Hill starting in one league because I have quite literally 0 players available on my bench that are on a bye. So I'm playing Taysom Hill. So, just so you know, I am playing him in a league, but I still think it's Ertz and Kirk.
I want to. I'm curious to see how close you can come on this. Jameis Winston has played 196 snaps this year.
Okay.
Andy Dalton has played 125.
Yep.
Which means the Saints have played 221 snaps.
Okay.
How many has Taysom Hill been on the field for?
55.
It's 57.
Oh,
And 23 of them were last week when he was just eviscerating Seattle.
yeah. We're really high on Hill. It's recency bias
Yeah, and that's the thing.
at its finest. And I'm going to be honest with you, I get it because he has that ability to bust out. I don't love the play. You have to play him at quarterback in DraftKings, don't you?
Yes.
Yes, you
Which blows dead bears.
5,100 at quarterback. Other guys in that area that you could pick up. Zach Wilson, who I like better.
And I don't hate that even nary a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you could pay up to Jimmy G at that point, 55. Lawrence is 56. Don't do it. Don't play Taysom. If you can play him as a tight end and you're in a pinch like I am in that spot, he's fine. But
One more before we bring Mr. Spencer in here. Brady Zabladil, please let me know in the comments if I pronounced that correctly, asked Taysom Hill or Hayden Hurst full PPR. This is the line where I would play Taysom Hill.
Would it?
I hate this matchup for Hayden
I know
Hurst.
you do.
I do. I hate this matchup for him. See, I have a rule. I evaluate every matchup on a 1 to 5 scale. If it's a 1 matchup, I almost refuse to play you unless you're a stud. And this is a 1. This is a 1 for Hayden Hurst for me. And that's on the DEFCON scale, which I just learned I was doing incorrectly.
You're doing it the opposite.
I was doing it backwards, yes. And now, huzzah! Now we have 3 people.
And welcome into the show.
And now our lovely little jack-o'-lantern bucket is right under Mr. Armchair. So any of your super chairs.
The bucket's cool.
They are. It took me a minute. I couldn't. It wanted to be Santa Claus real fucking bad.
Right.
And I couldn't make it not want to be Santa Claus.
Since I'm just joining the program, I have to be. I have to say this. How about them fucking volunteers, baby?
Good
Holy
old
shit.
Rocky Top. Woo!
Wow.
I got roadhouse watching this game, and my wife, God bless her soul, looked at me. It's about the third quarter after I had I had bitched about the officials for an hour. She said, "Why do you care so much about Tennessee?" All of a sudden, I went, "I think you already know the answer to that question."
Oh, yeah. We all want to see Alabama lose. It doesn't matter who beats them.
No. That was not my answer. My answer was I could give a fuck less who beats who. That doesn't matter to me. I was fat and sassy on Tennessee money line.
Good for you.
Fat and sassier against the number. Somebody on Bet Us, by the way, had a G on Tennessee in the money line.
Oh,
which means we probably
hurts.
We won't get paid from them forever again.
Well, that hurts because the more you win, the
less they pay us.
So, but it's okay.
They really like us to bring dumb shits. But we're here for you, which is why we give good picks. I also started the show with old Floster dumbass wasn't such a dumbass this week, now was he?
Oh, I heard that. I heard that. It was good. It was good. So it's what, 7-1 on the big dogs now?
Yes.
Nice.
And by the way, I just have to say this because the person that originally called me Floster dumbass, Notre Dame fan that lost to one of the worst teams in the country in Stanford.
Well, it was weird because yesterday we took the kids to Dollywood again, and so we go to Dollywood, and I planned it out for us to go to Dollywood on the weekend that Georgia's playing Vanderbilt because
Vanderbilt sucks.
Right? Because who gives a fuck? I don't need to see that. I showed up, and early in the morning, I was not surprised that there were a lot of Tennessee, Alabama gear being worn in the crowd. Like, okay, well, these are all people that are going to stay for the morning, leave, and go to the game. There were Tennessee fans all over the fucking place while the game was going on.
No, those are called lay fans.
It was hilarious to watch them with their phones walking around the park, just like cussing, because every time they got a lead, Alabama, well, obviously it started out well, and then every time they go back and forth, they're cussing their phones. And then with 20 seconds to go in the game, the entire park went silent. And every Tennessee fan watching their phones. And then when they kicked the field goal, I mean, it was almost as loud as Neyland Stadium.
I'm going to say it wasn't.
Of course it wasn't. But
I mean, there was Stadium
like,
from my house.
There was like a wave of cheers all across the park because all the Tennessee fans were on their phones watching to see, and then they're just running up and down the up and down the aisles just screaming, "Oh, we beat Bama! We beat Bama!" Holy shit, are they going to burn Dollywood down?
I was drunk singing Rocky Top, and I'm not even ashamed of it.
Oh, it's great. It was absolutely great.
I'm gonna pin you where we're at in the comments.
Okay.
As always, we go through the comments in order. We will get to all of your questions before this here camera turns off.
Yes, indeed.
And if you want to jump them in line, all you got to do is super chat, and your little doubloons go in our nice little jack-o'-lantern there.
Well, we got JT money.
Yes, Jags or Panthers.
Jags or the Panthers?
Jags by a lot.
Special teams in
Jags by a lot.
DFS. Yeah, I agree.
Jags by a lot.
Yeah, I'm not trusting anything with the Carolina Panthers. Thank you very much. I've already heard you guys mention several times the fired coach bump. That's not going to be a thing, I don't believe.
No, it's not. There's no way it is.
Is T. Chiggins playing this week? Looks like yes, but we don't know. Okay.
Not confirmed.
All right, not confirmed. PPR pick 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. We have to choose from Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Allen Lazard, Devontae Smith, Darrell Henderson. First-time viewer. Thanks, guys. Thank you, JJ Whitt.
Welcome in.
You're welcome in. AA Meeting for Sports. Name your drug of choice. Mine is going to be Antonio Gibson.
It's a bad drug of choice, Tank.
I hate Ron
Don't do
Rivera.
drugs.
I hate Ron Rivera so much.
Everybody does. They should. I am Devonta Smith and Darrell Henderson here. Although CEH is probably fine. I think that's going to be more passy pass than runny run.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on Darrell Henderson because Carolina Panthers against the run, and he's the only running back.
He's it.
That's it. I've got a couple of DraftKings lineups this week, and finally found the free games. Thanks, guys. I got a couple of lineups with Darrell Henderson in them. Yeah, I'm on Devontae Smith, too. Allen Lazard doesn't do anything for me.
No.
Steven
Who's safer at RB2? Kenneth Walker or Philip Lindsay? Kenneth Walker.
Agreed. PPR flex start. Jerry Jeudy, James Robinson, or Devin Singletary. Ooh, that's a gross little group.
Yeah, it is.
But I think I'm going James Robinson.
Yeah, it might be James Robinson here. Judy's probably the second on this list. I like Singletary, but Buffalo has shown no interest in wanting to run the ball. None.
Yeah, there's definitely a push toward Travis Etienne with the Jaguars.
Yeah, and we mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm just not sure that he's going to take that much of the workload or the split there. To me, James Robinson still has upside.
Yeah, I agree.
PPR, that's the one we just did. Let's go PPR flex start. A.J. Dillon, Garrett Wilson, Isaiah McKenzie.
Not Garrett Wilson.
No, Jeremy just screamed off mic, not Garrett Wilson. So not Garrett Wilson. I would go Isaiah McKenzie.
Yeah, it's Isaiah McKenzie has more a higher ceiling.
I just don't know. Is that whole you don't run against you don't really have great success running against the Jets? Is that still a thing?
I mean, you do to the outside, and people will get skewed because the Dolphins did it. You have to understand they play against that defense every single freaking day.
Right.
So they know that defense quite well. I mean, I think Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon are fine this week. I'm not rushing out to do it, but I mean, I'm fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make a sweeping declaration. All right, we have been trending towards 3,000 subs for since we've been doing these. We get to 10,000 subs, I'm throwing out 10 free memberships to people in this video.
Nice.
We are 62 short, so tell your mama, tell your pa. We're throwing out free shit around here.
All right. So So 3,000. So we get to 3,000. You're
We
going
get
to
to
throw
3,000. Yeah.
Okay. You said 10,000, and I was like, that's a big
That's
jump.
that's a
big jump.
ballsy strategy.
It's like,
That's an aggressive.
if we can get
that's an aggressive
7,000 today, we haven't had more than 3,000 in 4 years. But if we
It
can
hasn't
get
been 4
7
years.
today,
It's been 2 years.
I know. I'm just.
And we didn't know what the fuck we were doing for a year and a
Oh,
half.
no
of it.
doubt. No doubt.
We just recently figured out what we're doing, folks.
So PPR flex start. Jeremy, are you with us on Isaiah McKenzie over A.J. Dillon and Garrett Wilson? Those are the three to choose from.
Give me a minute. Yeah, I am. It's a higher scoring game.
Okay. Stephen Tow's built a lineup. He's got 5,000 left for a tight end. Who do you think he should go with? Jeremy.
I am drunk on George Kittle, but he is 5,100 at 5,000. I would go Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz.
Gotta be Zach
Seattle
Ertz.
is dookie against tight ends.
Ertz.
I like Ertz a shitload today. by the way.
Is this just me, or do you guys agree that there's some interest? There should be some interest in David Njoku today. Because I'm on that where, like, to me, David Njoku the last few weeks has been steady,
He's fine.
and tight end's just been one of those scenarios. It's if you don't have Travis Kelce, you probably should just stop.
He's fine. He's fine.
He's playing your Patriots, Armchair. What do you think?
For $4,000, I like better guys.
Okay.
I'd prefer Disley, Tunyon, Irv Smith, Bellinger. All of those guys.
Irv
all
Smith,
of those guys are better.
That's Armchair's drug of choice, right?
Oh, God,
Irv
yeah.
Smith.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah. Armchair is 6 weeks away from having to go to a meeting in the basement of a church to talk about his addiction to Irv Smith.
Oh,
gonna
that's
happen.
great.
I wonder if Adam Black would officiate that. Is that how that works? I mean, I was shocked.
Probably.
Never been to rehab.
All right, Paul Richardson. So we just answered that question for somebody else: Garrett Wilson or Isaiah McKenzie.
I would go Isaiah
It's
McKenzie.
McKenzie.
The rapport with Wilson's just not been there with Zach yet.
No, it's not there.
Chris D. Rocks.
Welcome in, Chris D. Rocks. That's a new name.
Are you stashing Deontay Foreman or Chuba Hubbard? ? I'd have to stop,
Drop.
or I'd have to drop Michael Carter or Alec Pierce.
That's an autocorrect problem. And it makes me want to, in my best Christopher Walken, go, stop, drop, put them down, open up shop. Oh, no.
That's how Rough Riders roll.
We're going to have to do that one of these days. We have long said we wanted to do rap songs in the impersonations that we do. I do more than Tank, but his Bernie Sanders is
It's
hilarious.
Not bad. It's not bad. I gotta brush up though, because it's been a while since I think I've seen Bernie Sanders do anything.
Well, it's because he's been completely fucking irrelevant. But I have
no
a feeling
doubt.
you're getting ready to see his grumpy ass again.
So are we stashing Deontay Foreman or Chuba Hubbard? I'm not.
Deontay, yes, but not at the expense of Michael Carter or Alec Pierce.
No.
Alec Pierce has been a real life boy the last 2 weeks. So
He plays in the
wouldn't-
NFL.
I
He
wouldn't.
plays every week.
And let
I
me
mean,
just,
is there any or is there much chance that this CMC thing's real?
oh, it's
that
100%
that they
real.
are going to trade him.
It's 100% real. The question is, will anybody come off what they want? And the chances are very slim.
See, that's where I'm at.
So there's something that you have to acknowledge about CMC. All right, and this is an ESPN discussion, so I'll be as brief as I can.
Okay.
The fact that he modified his deal and his salary is low as fuck makes him much more appealing. It also makes it much less appealing for Carolina to trade him because the dead cap went pshoosh. So now you would have to get actually what he's worth, and the team that traded for him would have a realistic, well, we could just cut him and it wouldn't cost us all that much a year from now. So it's one of those things that the deal would be difficult to get done. It could get done. I still look at Buffalo. If I'm Buffalo, I have to be looking at Christian McCaffrey going, for as terrifying as we are right now, how much more terrifying would we be with Christian McCaffrey?
Who do we start at tight end for Jamison Elson? Is it Taysom Hill, Evan Ingram, or Dawson Knox?
Taysom Hill for me.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram's close, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm starting to think you can't. if you don't have Travis Kelce, maybe you got to take the gamble every week on Taysom. Just because you never know what that gimmicky package is going to give you.
You weren't here for when I broke that down. That's not even kind of fucking true.
Is it not?
He's played 57 snaps all year in 5 games.
Jeremy, tell Tank again how many were last week?
23 of them.
23 of them were last week.
That means 4 weeks he had half of his snaps. 4 weeks for half your snaps is not a good enough number.
Before this past week, he had played 34 snaps in 4 weeks, which means he was averaging 8.5 snaps a week. Yeah, I'm good on that.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he's a fine play. It's not as cut and dry as what you said.
Okay. West Virginia Willie, Darrell Henderson, or Phillip Lindsay?
Darrell Henderson by a lot. I have a giant erection for Darrell Henderson this week, and I don't know why.
Well, there's no competition.
It's not giant. It's just giant to me.
There's no competition for Darrell Henderson. At least Phillip Lindsay's got Deon Jackson.
Can you name the other running back on the roster for the LA Raiders? Because I thought Kyron Williams was back.
No, he's still on IR.
He's still on IR. If you get this right, I will give you 1 U.S. bang. And if you get it right, you will not have meant to get it right.
Malcolm Brown?
You did not mean to get that right. It is Malcolm Brown.
It is Malcolm Brown. Malcolm Brown's still there. Good for him.
He's not still there. He left and came back.
Oh, did he leave?
Oh, yeah. He's played for like 43 other teams.
Well, he's been irrelevant. So
100%.
He never left that roster in my eyes.
We've added a few more subs. If we get to 3,000 subs during this video, I'm going to throw out 10 free memberships to the House of Reprehensibles.
Kevin, the PRF injuries have me starting Darius Slayton, or is there a better wide receiver sleeper available?
Rondale Moore.
Is he available in a lot of leagues?
He didn't play till a couple weeks ago. Now, if he's not available in your league, let's say you're in a deep league or just in a sharp league, better receiver that's readily available, Alec Pierce. Although, I mean, look, I like Slayton as a receiver. The problem is that Brian Daboll doesn't seem to like him very much.
No.
And at some point, they're going to get healthy. I don't know when those are going to be.
Darius Slayton is the Antonio Gibson of the New York Giants.
All right, I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on my head, and I'm going to give you an answer that's going to sound really fucking stupid right now, but I don't know that it's going to sound stupid a month from now.
Okay.
And this is a stash. You'd have to be in a deep league to do this. Robbie Anderson. He's not going to be a Panther a week from now. You mark my words.
Okay.
They've been trying to trade him forever, and now the one that was saving him is gone. Here's my conspiracy theory. They're going to try to build up his trade value. He has a good rapport with P.J. Walker. I kind of think he's a play this week. I kind of think he's a DraftKings dart. I mean, don't spend a shitload of money on it because this is I'm full tinfoil hat on my head. But without Baker Mayfield, who blows dead bears, he has a rapport with P.J. Walker. I could see him hitting a big one this week with Jalen Ramsey on the other side. And then people go, oh, that's the deep threat. And somebody comes off a conditional 6 to get him. New England Patriots. They've been the team on him forever.
Or is that the Cam Akers trade? If you're going to trade CMC.
All right, you went full tinfoil hat on your head.
I mean, you got to go three-dimensional chess here.
That was sweet. The last time I said we'll throw out memberships, we actually lost a subscriber. So I'm going to stop doing that.
Amazing.
Well, shit.
Somebody went,
fuck
hey,
that guy.
Somebody went, hey, fuck you.
Who unsubscribes to things? Don't do that.
Oh, it was probably a bot.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was probably a bot that came in here and went, ooh, I'm gonna say, hey, come look at my wiener. And then they went, oh, I have to wait 10 minutes to do that? Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah, no, not going to do it. Not going to do it. Full PPR from Boss Main. I like that name.
I do too.
I like that name. Boss Main. Full PPR, Dawson Knox, Evan Ingram, or Kyle Pitts? That's the first part of the question. We'll get the second part after you.
I mean, it's
that.
Kyle Pitts if he plays. If he's living, breathing, and in a jersey, it's Kyle Pitts.
Agreed. Say he doesn't.
Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram. I would probably say Dawson Knox over Evan Ingram, but
no,
that's just me.
Dawson Knox is a ghost.
Okay. Listen to them.
Sure.
Don't listen to me.
I'm not entirely sure he's real. He plays sometimes. You definitely know he's definitely on the roster, but
He's played 4 games. He has 17 targets.
yeah, it's not Dawson Knox.
Also, he wants to know Christian Kirk or Melvin Gordon.
Christian Kirk.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll agree as well. Kareem Hunt or A.J. Dillon today? I want to say Kareem Hunt. So you go with Armchair and rule me out again. Come on, Jeremy.
It's A.J. Dillon.
Yeah, there you go.
It's A.J. Dillon. It's A.J. Dillon, but not by a ton. They're very close. They're much closer in my rankings than I thought they were.
I think it's to me it is a close call.
A.J. Dillon's one of those
them
players that I
be...
keep sitting back going, I know you can catch passes. When the fuck is Matt LaFleur going to figure that out?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what's going to happen. There will be a week where there's a team that struggles, the Jets, with big running backs in space, and they'll go, let's just throw it to him a billion times.
To me, they're both the number 2 option on their team. Kareem Hunt has the better matchup.
The only fear with it being this week for A.J. Dillon is there is a less than 0 possibility that they try that, and Quan Alexander tries to send him back to the earth from which he was born.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's done that to somebody in every game we've played.
He's playing with that little chip on his shoulder because everybody thought he was washed.
Quan Alexander is playing in a way that I feel like I would play if I was sent to prison. I'm going to have to prove what I can do to somebody every single day to keep anybody from fucking with me. I mean, he's out here with his lunch tray just beating a piss out of people. Gotta love him.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for not valuing him so he could come play for my team.
Need help, guys. Got to win this week. Is it
That was from Odie, by the way.
Yes,
you didn't
Odie.
say the name.
So I apologize. This one from Louis Michioni. Need help, guys. Got to win this week. Mixon or
Jeff Wilson.
Okay, Jeff Wilson.
It's Mixon. It's close. Player studs. Mixon's usage rate is stupid.
Mm-hmm. Has done great with it, but
he's going to have one of those weeks.
Yes.
Joe Mixon's going to have a week where you better have had him in DraftKings or you lost.
Yeah, I don't know that it's going to be this week against New Orleans, and I would take Jeff Wilson, no doubt.
Even without Marshawn Lattimore. And no Michael Thomas. And no Chris Olave. And no Jarvis Landry.
Olave's down?
Yep.
They're all out.
Yikes. Okay.
It's Joe Mixon.
Okay. It's Joe Mixon. All right. I'm with you. Thanks for talking me through that. Who should I start? Darrell Henderson or Melvin Gordon, full PPR?
And that's from Sky Empire. For me, it's Darrell Henderson.
You know where I'm at. It's Darrell Henderson.
Today,
to me, it's close, though.
Today, the rankings of things that I will see today that I love goes my wife, domestic lights, Darrell Henderson. And the second two are not close to the first one, but they're damn close to each other.
David,
why do you think Melvin Gordon is closer? I want to hear this.
Why I think Melvin Gordon is closer?
Yeah, you said it's close on Henderson over Gordon.
I mean, I think it's again one of those. He's going up against the Chargers, who don't stop the run well, and he's the only option that they have.
That's not true.
He's not the only option they have.
Mike Boone.
Boone.
You roll your eyes.
Is he a real thing?
You roll your eyes. He's out snapping him, and he's not. And Melvin Gordon is not out touching him by much.
Really?
No. They do not trust Melvin Gordon because that sumbitch is so fumble-fingered.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, his insurance on his cell phone must be fucking ridiculous.
I think the Chargers go up big early, and Denver has to throw the ball.
Okay.
I think they get away from. I think they get away from the run, and they have to. And I don't like Melvin. I just wanted to hear if there was something that you had on there that would sway me the other way. It's no.
You know that's not going to happen. David Black wants to know about defenses.
So we have a. I've been waiting for us to do this at some point.
Well, That's the sound the bear makes. Sometimes I just don't know what to do. And when I don't know what to do, I make that sound because that clears my mind of all obstacles that really aren't there.
It's time to clear our mind of all obstacles that aren't there.
Okay.
This is our rapid fire. We're way behind in questions.
Okay.
So we need to rapid fire through them.
Okay. Here we
Starting
go.
with David Black.
David Black, Ravens, Vikings, Colts, Browns, defense.
I said we had to go rapid fire, and then you asked me a question that I don't know the fucking answer to.
Ravens.
Yeah.
It's not the Vikings.
No.
It's not the
It's
Colts.
not the Colts.
Browns, maybe.
Browns is a maybe. I'm going Ravens.
Yeah, I'll take Ravens barely over the Browns. Eagles or Vikings defense?
Eagles by a lot.
Eagles.
Hunt or Dillon? Oh,
Dillon.
that was a repeat.
Yeah.
Alan Lazard or Rondale Moore?
Oh, by the way, it's just before we answer this question, M85 said Utah 43, USC 42. Bruh. This is a perfect time for me to break out my favorite phrase and a shirt that you will be able to buy through our merch store this week. Run the damn ball! Sorry, I had to do that. Proceed.
Alan Lazard or Rondale Moore?
Rondale Moore.
Rondale Moore. Pitts or Njoku?
Pitts.
Yep.
Okay.
But Odie, that one's close. And Owen Gergen was the one that asked Alan Lazard, Rondale Moore.
Rob Johnson, Darrell Henderson, or J.K. Dobbins?
Darrell Henderson.
Yep, agreed.
Yep.
Avila, half PPR, Russell Gage, or Kareem Hunt? That's Hunt for me.
It's Hunt for me in half PPR. That's the determining factor. He also said, hungover, pray for me. Go with Christ, brother. I trust me. I feel your pain. And then he said, I am better than Matthew Berry. And for that, I thank you.
Kevin, the PRF, by the way, said he would like to see a tank selfie on the Barnstormer at the ride at Dollywood. Didn't have any of those. Didn't have any of those selfies.
Selfies or rides on the Barnstormer?
Do what?
Selfies or ride on the Barnstormer? You didn't have one of those. Did you not have selfies or not have rides on the Barnstormer?
I did not ride the Barnstormer. Okay. And there's a couple of selfies. I can post one out in the chat.
I'm glad you read that question and answered it because I was going to make a very offensive tank selfie on the Barnstormer. And I already had it planned out. It was super offensive. It probably got me fired. So I'm glad you said that.
Nice.
Because I didn't know what the fuck the Barnstormer was.
Full PPR, have Kyle Pitts. This is from Captain Morgan. Have Kyle Pitts and Taysom Hill for tight end. Travis Etienne, Elijah Moore, and Brandon Ayuk for flex. Please help.
Kyle Pitts, if he's up, obviously you're in good hands. You're fine with Taysom Hill if he's not. But if Kyle Pitts is in a jersey with pads, it's Kyle Pitts. And then in terms of the flex question, I'll go Brandon Ayuk because for some reason I have a low-key hard-on for Brandon Ayuk this week, and I don't really have a great reason for why.
I'm with you on that one. Armchair, do you concur for the flex question? Brandon Ayuk over Travis Etienne and Elijah Moore?
Yeah.
Logan Trevino asks Kittle or Njoku? The bye weeks are killing me this week.
I'm going Kittle for upside.
Maybe Njoku might be one of my drug of choices.
100%.
Recently.
100%. He was actually who I was going to reference to as being the Barnstormer.
Ah, indeed.
Especially when you said riding the Barnstormer. Maybe you see where I was headed with that.
I do.
Not that there's anything wrong with
that. Pitts or Njoku?
Pitts.
Yeah.
Stone Sports Podcast said, Arvila, I was exercising demons yesterday. Gatorade and grease are my friend. That's every weekend day for me.
Lisa Evansell says, or she wants to know Darrell Henderson or Ken Walker in a redraft league.
Good God, that's a good problem to have.
Play them both.
Yeah, I would need to know who your other running back is because they'd have to be pretty damn good. Because Henderson and Walker are both RB1s for me. If you had to pick one, I would go Ken Walker.
Yeah.
Jaden Foote.
That's a new name. Welcome in. We're like an AA meeting for sports. Feel free to contribute your drug of choice into the chat. Tanks is obviously his boyfriend, David Njoku.
Indeed. Full PPR. Do I start Alec Pierce, Romeo Doubs, or Devin Duvernay?
It's Alec Pierce for me.
Yeah, I think it has to be Pierce.
He's the safest of the three.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a possibility that Dubs gets number one treatment because he is the scarier of the two. And that means you get DJ Reed or Sauce Gardner no matter which side of the field you go to. And that's a good way to disappear.
Nice. I would lean Devin Duvernay in that scenario.
Oh, I'm glad you said talk amongst yourselves for just a minute. Because Stephen Towle loves telling me how wrong I am on Devin Duvernay.
Yeah.
Do you know how many targets he has for the year?
No.
That's 20. It just so happens that he hits big ones because he's real fucking fast.
Mm-hmm.
I never disputed that he was fast. The problem is he's not a real good receiver because if you dig into that a little deeper, all right, so I just said he has 20 targets.
Yes.
Do you know how many snaps he's played?
No.
I mean, it's a decent amount. He averages 37 snaps a game. That's 60% of this team's snaps.
Okay.
Now, he's the number one receiver on the team because everybody else has been hurt. Bateman's been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Demarcus Robinson he's been there for every game, but he's not
not
good at
good.
football. James Proche, he a whittle feller. Tylan Wallace, he a pretty little feller too.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one player he's playing that Marquise Brown role. The only problem is he can't do anything but hit you over the top. So,
And he doesn't do it for big yardage either.
No.
That's the other side of this. Like, most receptions in a game was last game. Most yardage in a game, 54.
Hot.
hat.
Jeffrey Mason, PPR, pick 2, at least one running back. Christian Kirk, Melvin Gordon, Darrell Henderson, Tyler Boyd, Deon Jackson, Isaiah McKenzie. He's leaning Kirk and Hendo.
And he's already starting Gabriel Davis.
Yeah, that's the right call.
I would
Kirk
agree.
and Anderson too.
Kirk's a wide receiver 1 for me this week. Darrell Henderson is a running back 1. You're in very good shape. And welcome in Jeffrey Mason. Glad to have you.
Let's see here. Taysom Hill. Oh, that was a joke. Taysom Hill or Pat Fryermouth.
Fryermouth is going to have as many
Fryermouth's not
catches
there.
today as me.
Yeah. Pollard or Melvin Gordon from Soccer 14?
Oh, boy.
Pollard?
I'm going to differ. Melvin Gordon.
Okay. Kyle Pitts.
At that point, the workload is so much more guaranteed for Gordon that I can't look away from that. Plus, I think the Cowboys are going to get fucking.
Yeah, my only thing is that Pollard's going to catch passes out of the backfield, I think. Not a ton, but he's got an opportunity.
That's kind of why I lean Pollard over Melvin Gordon. So we're a split decision on that one. Kyle Pitts.
How many targets does Tony Pollard have this year?
16.
Mr. Armchair?
12.
It's 13. In 5
God,
games.
I am almost on everything today.
He's on fire. Armchair's just doing shit today. Let's go.
Let's fucking go. Kyle Pitts or Tyler Conklin, another one from Soccer 14.
You're in good shape either way, but
I'd go Pitts.
I would go Pitts as well.
Jameson Elson, again. Jeremy, thoughts on a PPR flex start? Judy, J-Rob, or Singletary? I feel like we answered that while you were out of the room.
Yes.
Judy, J-Rob, or Singletary? What do you think, Jeremy?
Singletary.
Okay.
I want as many pieces of that Buffalo game as I can get.
Irv Smith or Dallas Go Dirt from Lisa Ebenzo?
Dallas Goderte.
We know what Armchair's answer is. Are
you
you taking Irv Smith
Armchair.
over Dallas Go Dirt?
It's Dallas good.
Okay, all right.
Look, I may like Irv Smith a lot, but I'm not going to play him at the detriment of free points.
That's good fantasy advice right there.
Yep. Esron Kiki? That's new, right?
Oh, 100%.
Welcome into the program.
Please let us know if we pronounce that correctly, and welcome in. We're like an A meeting for sports.
Esron Kiki wants to know Godwin or Pittman? Godwin, not close for me.
I
Who
think
was it?
you're right.
Godwin or
Godwin or-
Michael Pittman?
Pittman.
Godwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Yep. Sounds like a Monday topic on the radio show. Yep. And we're going to get into that on the radio show.
Richard Stoyanov, welcome in to the House of Reprehensibles. Good to have you. It's just that easy. Click the little button. Now you're one of us forever. You get an end credit at the end of this show, and you get a little priority when it comes to questions.
All right, Jameson's got a few here. Stafford or Kirk? So Matt Stafford or Kirk Cousins?
Kirk.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
And I don't really care how healthy Miami gets.
Yeah. We'll get to Stephen Town in just a second. Let's knock out all the Jamesons here. Dylan or J-Rob? Going J-Rob for me.
I think I'm on Dylan.
I'm on Dylan.
Okay. PPR, Higbee or Kittle?
Kittle. Higbee's safe. If you need safe points, go Higbee. But Kittle has exponentially higher upside.
Stephen Tao says, play Davis Mills or smash the like button. Hit the like.
Bingo.
Indeed.
And those likes help more people see us, and we greatly appreciate them.
Soccer 14 says he's trying to trade Goff, Swift, and Hollywood for Pierce and Josh Allen. What are your thoughts?
If that person will do that, you should do it immediately.
100%.
This is the time of the year where you start trying to you have to get through the bye weeks. So going 3 for 2 is going to be appealing for some people, and it will lead to them doing, at times, dumb things.
Mm-hmm. Said, should I also trade Hollywood for A.J. Dillon and C.D. Lamb? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And if you can do both of those, you come out net neutral in players and the exponential winner. Oh, wait a minute. You can't do both because Hollywood's in both trades.
Okay.
Never mind.
Z. Smitty, should I start Conklin or Hurst?
Conklin. Conklin's a week in, week out start now.
Does he have the rapport with Zach Wilson?
He's getting snaps, and that's all I freaking care about. Because
Okay.
Zach got that dog in him, and anybody that's getting a snap count that high,
He gonna find him.
He gonna find him.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Are we Seacrest out on Higbee? Asks Chauncey Major.
I'm not.
Nope.
He's a little dinged up, but I mean, he's been in double digits every week. He's a mid-tier tight end one. I just don't think he has a very high upside. I don't think you're ever going to see him throw a 30, but I also don't think you're ever going to see him throw a 3 if he's healthy.
Mm-hmm. Daniel Hillman asks Jeremy, or says to Jeremy, I'm 5-0 going into today, and the guy I'm playing traded Zeke for Miles Sanders. Should I just get my money back? Feel like they just mad.
Just message me on Twitter. I will send a very threatening, angry message because nobody with an IQ above salad dressing could do that. And that is a service that I will provide for the wonderful House of Reprehensibles. I will send shit-talking messages to your league mates, and I'm very good at it.
Smitty with another one here. Conklin, Hurst, Ingram, Irv Smith, Noah Fant, or Will Disley? Conklin, Hurst.
Then Irv Smith, and then Disley.
Okay.
I hate the matchup for Hayden Hurst today.
No love for Noah Fant?
Why?
I'm just curious.
No.
Disley's getting touchdowns, but I feel like Fant's on the field more, isn't he?
To block.
To block.
He's not out there to block because I'm pretty sure he couldn't block my wife. But let's look here. Nope, dead split.
Nice.
Literally been split. Fant's played 168 snaps. Disley's played 187, and Colby Parkinson's played 100. That's why it's cut up like a fucking Thanksgiving pie, and I don't like that.
Yep.
This looks like a foodocracy question from Avila. Kettle corn from a fair or movie theater popcorn?
Movie theater popcorn, not close.
Kettle corn, not close.
Kettle corn's gross.
Nope. Movie theater popcorn.
Kettle corn's gross.
Stop that. Kettle corn's awesome. Plus, I
don't really like popcorn, if I was being honest.
Give me manufactured butter all day long.
100%. Give me fictitious, fake-ass butter.
All right. We'll agree to disagree on that one. Should I start, this is LH12, should I start Tyler Conklin or Taysom Hill, full PPR?
Conklin, but damn it, it's close. I think Conklin scores today. In my projections, he was the touchdown scorer for the Jets, Jets, not named Brees Hall.
Bill Buttigieg, the New England Patriots fan, says he's got a migraine the size of Ben McAdoo's sweater.
Thanks to the Tennessee
T's and
Volunteers,
P's, brother.
As do I. We went aggressive on the old domestic lights after.
Nice.
My wife heard Rocky Top so many fucking times yesterday. She's like, I'm going to hit you with something if I hear that song again. And I went, wish that I was on old Rocky Top. Boo.
Yeah, I probably would have hit you with something as well. I mean, especially if you sang it like that every time. Or you don't know any of the rest of it.
So we're in a
ending it with boop doobie doobie doop doo.
So we're in a group chat with members of the House of Reprehensibles, which the Discord. If you join the channel, the Discord link is in the is on the members page. And I drunkenly sent me singing Rocky Top last night to all the members. So if you need to know where I was, just click on that. You'll see.
Chris D asks, trade Khalil Herbert for Darrell Henderson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it looks like the Cam Akers era is going to be coming to a close there in L.A.
Just a little update. We're halfway through this here program. We have added 30 new subscribers, and we are but 50 away from our goal.
Nice.
So tell you, Mama, tell you, Paul. We out here giving fantasy advice to everybody.
Be sure to hit the like button, share it out with your friends as well.
Sharing it is a very helpful thing.
Mm-hmm. And keep commenting. The more interaction that we get, the more it's going to get out there to everybody else on the YouTube sphere. Yep, Colin Greene, your cousin, he's got you nailed. Beard hates Duvernay and Taysom Hill. We all know.
I don't hate them.
Michael Bernardo, would you trade Zach Ertz, Christian Kirk, and Alvin Kamara for Mark Andrews and Deebo Samuel?
That is without a doubt the fairest trade we have seen in this here chat in quite some time.
I don't know if I would right now.
I don't think I would.
Well, here's how you got to look at it. So you get Deebo Samuel, who gets carries and all the things. He's very safe, but he's very injury prone. Mark Andrews is the number 2 tight end in fantasy football, and it is not close.
Yep.
Ertz value is going to dwindle when DeAndre comes back.
Yep.
Yes.
It's close. It's just a question. Do you want to know every week that you're good at tight end?
I want to know who your other running backs are. Like
that is also relevant.
Like that would factor into it for me. I'm giving up Alvin Kamara. I have to know that I'm good at running back.
You're giving up a lot, but you also have the safety and security of knowing I'm going to outscore damn near everybody at tight end every week.
Right. Like this is one of those leagues where you were able to get some later running backs like Damian Pierce, Ken Walker, guys like that. Then sure, yeah, let's go. At that point, Alvin becomes expendable. Rob Johnson says, should I bench Dawson Schultz for Irv Smith? Armchair, you're the Irv Smith expert.
Yes.
I would agree.
Daniel Hillman says Pollard or J.K. Dobbins.
J.K.
Dobbins.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Matthew Hoffman, going back to the Melvin Gordon thing, is there any reason to believe Mike Boone will take totes from Gordon since they more or less proved that they don't trust Gordon fully?
It's a threat. It has not. They've been pretty split so far. If Melvin Gordon puts another one on the ground, you rest assured. Every time he fumbles, and he loves to do that, his workload is going to go down.
Scott Gunther, Sutton, Dubs, or Devontae Smith?
It's not Dubs.
Smith.
I'm on Smith.
I am too. I am too.
All right, scrolling. Yes, there's the welcome to Richard staying off. Trade Pierce for Walker and ETN?
No.
No.
I mean, it's close. For sure it's close. But to me, Damien Pierce is a week in, week out RB1. And Walker will be a good number of weeks.
Mm-hmm. Is this a dynasty league? Can I get both of them long term over Damien Pierce? Does that sway you?
No.
Okay. Would you trade Zach Ertz, Christian Kirk, and Alvin Kamara for Mark Andrews and Deebo Samuel? Mike Bernardo. Now he must have put that in twice. Wasn't that the one we did earlier?
Yep. Oh, yep. There it is. Second time.
Yep. Just traded Chase Edmonds for Jacoby Myers. Thoughts from Andre Aravallo.
That's a good deal.
Mm-hmm. Myers is the receiver you want out of New England.
And he wants to know at the tight end position, Gentry, Otten, or Fant.
Oof.
I'll go Fant solely because Cameron Brate's back this week. But I think Cade Otten is going to be rosterable before the end of the year.
Who's Gentry?
Zach Gentry, the backup for Pat Freiermuth.
Ah, okay. I like Cade Otten for some reason.
Because he's a Buccaneer?
No, it's not that.
Hashtag no homers.
No, it's not that.
Armchair.
No, it's not that. It's he. I don't know. He may have this budding relationship with Tom Brady. Had a lot of targets. What did he have? 7 targets last week? Caught 6 of them
With no Cameron Brate.
And maybe he takes over for Cameron. Cameron's not been anything to write home about.
He's outsnapped him 2 weeks in a row,
Mm-hmm.
but that was also with Brate getting hurt. It had been pretty much a split leaning to Brate before that.
Avila, start Taysom, Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry, and Olave are out. So he's saying you got to go Taysom Hill.
And I understand why you're saying that. The only, at least for me, the problem with Taysom is, all right, so you get super creative with how you use him. They're going to be behind by a lot. Cincinnati is going to beat the shit out of them, I fully believe.
Andre has another question here. Zay Jones with Marvin Jones out. Michael Pittman with no running backs for the Colts, or Isaiah McKenzie, half PPR.
I will go Michael Pittman.
Yeah.
McKenzie still has the biggest boom out of all those, but his floor is the floor.
Yes. His floor is the basement. If the ceiling is the roof, then the floor is the basement.
The ceiling is the roof.
Richard Stainoff, half
our
PPR.
newest member of the House of Reprehensibles.
Yes.
Thank you for your contribution. We appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Deal.
Half PPR, pick 2 of Joe Mixon, Ramondre Stevenson, Breece Hall.
You do the exact opposite thing that Tank Spencer does, and you draft good.
Wah, wah. Joe Mixon, Ramondre Stevenson for me.
See, and I'm on the other side of that.
I'm on Ramondre and Breece Hall.
Okay.
Yeah. Breece Hall is going to get it. The Packers are bad against the run. Breece Hall is the play today. Ramondre is the only offensive weapon the Patriots have. He is going to be a play today. Mixon is fine. He's got a great game script in front of him, but I could see the other two putting up bigger points. You're not hurting either way.
Daniel,
your running backs are very, very good.
Yes. Daniel Hillman, should I trade Adam Thielen for Michael Gallup straight up?
I wouldn't.
Oh, I don't think I
wouldn't
would either.
I mean, Michael Gallup has 8 targets in 2 weeks. And it's when Dak comes back. When Dak comes back, Dalton Schultz becomes a thing again. Because Cooper Rush apparently has this weird disorder where he can't see tight ends.
It's the same one Russell Wilson has.
Correct.
Andre needs 1 running back, Najee Harris, DJ Dallas, Tevin Coleman, or Tony Pollard. I think I'm sticking with Najee with that other group. I mean, I don't like Najee.
Pollard is the other alternative. In a half-point PPR, do you think Pollard's going to get the catches, I guess, is the question.
No. I pretty well know what Tony Pollard's going to be. The question is, do you think he scores a touchdown? If he does, then he'll outscore Najee Harris. If he doesn't, then he won't.
Right. Kelvin Joyner says he's conflicted because he wants to tell his friends about us, but he's having such great success with the advice beating his friends. He doesn't want anybody else to know.
That was what I laughed at a minute ago when I read the comment, because that's not the first time somebody said that to me. I've had several people message me and say, I would love to help you grow your subscribers, but here's the thing. I'm killing everybody I'm in leagues with. And that's what we're here for. Right. That's why we show up at 9 Eastern time on a Sunday morning. Me, probably not legal to drive the car that I drove over here. That's not true.
I was going to say, that's not a good idea.
That's not true. That was fine. I actually woke up this morning feeling bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Steven Tao says candy corn's better than kettle corn. That's not even kind of true.
I like eating crayons. That's what you sound like right now.
That's what they taste like.
He's not wrong.
Daniel Hillman sent me a message on Twitter. Give me I did not have Twitter pulled up, so give me just a second. Anybody that wants to send me lineups and things, you can't put images in the YouTubes. So if you want to send me something on Twitter, I am at ESPN Draft Nerd.
PPR from Cryptoons need 2 running backs and has Devin Singletary, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Miles Sanders, and Raheem Mostert to choose from.
Sanders is the no doubt in that list.
And I would go Mostert, second option.
It's Mostert. I really feel that the CEH Singletary play here is that they're going to be involved, but I don't think it's going to be as much as the QBs. I could be way off. It could be a run game, and we'll be in trouble.
My answer to that is Sanders. I have the other 3 ranked within 5 spots of each other. I'm going to go
Singletary, aren't you?
No, I'm going to go CEH.
Okay.
It's a passing game. He's the passing back.
Yeah, it makes sense. I get where you're at with it. To me, CEH is above Sanders or above Singletary, but not by a ton.
Aravila, Bills versus Chiefs, and the Cowboys versus the Eagles. Initial thoughts on who wins these games?
I took the Chiefs, and I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to smoke Dallas.
I want to say Buffalo wins this game, but Kansas City might. And I think Philly they're going to dog walk Dallas.
Yeah, I'm on the Bills and the Eagles for that one.
I'll be honest with you. I want over 100 for Bills Chiefs. I just want them throwing passes all day long.
I don't think there's any way around that. I don't see that game going any other way of just shootout.
Oh, yeah.
All over the place. Legacy asks a defense question. Bills, Eagles, or Jaguars?
Eagles?
Fly, Eagles, fly on the path to victory. But Jacksonville's close. Because Indy sucks.
Then he's got a flex question here, or I guess, I don't know, male or female. I don't mean to misgender if that is the case. Legacy wants to know.
Oh, shut up, you woke fuck.
Wants to know Godwin, Walker, Eno, or ETN at the flex. Godwin.
I'll start calling people they.
Oh, it's Walker. I wasn't thinking Kenneth Walker. Yeah, it's Kenneth Walker.
Just because you're heading to a fucking political show, too. Don't you do that politically correct bullshit. For me, it's Walker 1, Eno 2, Godwin 3, ETN 4. Yep. I love Kenny Walker today.
Absolutely.
Then he said he traded Geno for Kyler Murray. Is that okay? Yes, it is. You did real good.
You did well. It's a pat on the head. Good for you.
Daniel Hillman sent me the lineup that he is playing, and I don't remember which team's which. This is very even. God, both these lineups look like they were set by me.
It's a good stuff.
Big fan of the show. You probably did set those lineups one way or the other. I'm not throwing shade.
Well, they both are. The chances that he has said, "Hey, guy, I'm playing this week." There's these guys that answer all the fantasy questions. You should listen to them so you can play me. And he's a great listener of the show, but that would be above and beyond.
Yeah.
He said, I have Diggs. All right, so it's Lamar Jackson, Jeff Wilson, J.K. Dobbins, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, Mark Andrews, A.J. Brown, Philadelphia, and McManus. The other side is Tom Brady, who we have not talked about, but I want to put a pin in that for just a second. Eno Benjamin, Miles Sanders, Mike Evans, Cortland Sutton, Travis Kelce, Rondale Moore, Green Bay, and Evan McPherson. I like your side, but jeebus, it's close. And I can't even tell you to change anything because you have exactly what I would do. So, but anybody else, if you want to send me your matchups and your bench, and you can do that too.
Romeo Doubs or Alec Pierce?
Pierce.
Okay, Pierce. I'll defer to you guys because I don't really know how to choose between those two. Just flip a coin.
Pierce is the right call the last 2 weeks, especially with the matchup that you're in today.
Avila also wants to know Waddle or Michael Gallup. It's Waddle. For me, anyway.
I don't know that I agree with you with Skylar Thompson. I just don't know how you can ball.
Yeah, it's Gallup, but that's an ugly match.
I mean, I would still play. For me, I would still play Waddle solely because Gallup's been borderline irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he's got a backup quarterback too. But I don't feel great about either one.
Here's more slander against candy corn and kettle corn.
It's because it tastes like mummified.
That should be good.
Bullshit.
Mummified bullshit.
Look, everything I say, my whole brain is just a fucking Mad Lib looking for the noun. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just the way it goes.
Nice. Stephen Tao says he thinks the peanut-shaped orange things are way worse. Yeah, circus peanuts are the worst candy ever.
That's actually what a balloon tastes like if you eat it. Don't do that because you'll choke and die.
Right.
Ascendo said, "Morning, dude. I smacked that Tennessee line yesterday and the +9 on UConn.
Hell
Good
yeah.
for you. Love hearing winners. Nothing I love more than making people money. I appreciate you. Great deal. By the way, UConn doesn't suck."
Tao said his junk food at any time is gummies.
We have a super chat. Boo!
I'm your huckleberry.
Just so you know, I have to be the one to check those because we took the overwhelming jump in your face thing down, so you won't hear that until I hit the button. Several people said it's a lot.
It's annoying.
There's a lot of eye shit happening here, so we replaced it with our lovely little jack-o'-lantern Halloween candy thing. It's from Mr. Crowler XD. Dobbins or Pollard?
Dobbins.
It's Dobbins, yeah.
Agreed. Flex Juju, Jacoby Myers, or George Pickens?
Myers.
Juju.
Myers.
Yeah.
I just agreed with Tank.
You did.
Holy God, I feel like I just ate a whole handful of candy corn.
Feels gross, doesn't
Oh,
it?
it left a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't like that at all.
Ben Schuler, Kareem Hunt, or Devin Singletary?
Singletary.
Philly or the Jacksonville D?
I feel like we're getting that question a lot. You're very good at defense if you have those two because you play the one, but I'm playing Philly this week.
Philly.
I think they're going to smoke Dallas just to prove a point.
Mm-hmm. I don't hate Jacksonville.
I don't either.
But Philly's the right call there.
You have a risk that you're on the wrong side of either one of those. I think the risk is smaller with Philadelphia than it is with Jacksonville.
100%. Standard scoring, need 2 from Joe Smith. He says...
Great forward at Maryland, by the way.
Yeah.
NBA career, left a little bit to be desired.
J.K. Dobbins, Deon Jackson, Brandon Ayuk, or Taysom Hill?
Dobbins, Ayuk.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep. Clean sweep on that one as well. Avila says he wants to see the Eagles lay eggs. Terrible fan base owned by Kim Jong-un.
In fairness, the fan base. We have some great Eagles fans here, but, yeah, that's not a place you want to go as a visiting fan. And I say that because I've been there, and I say that because I'm a Jets fan. And being in those two stadiums, it feels very similar. Sometimes.
And they're owned by Kim Jong-un. I don't get that.
There's people that don't like the owner.
Oh. I was going to say, if we're going with owners with bad haircuts, Kim Jong-un has to be Mark Davis, right?
Yeah.
3 dogs with the best chance to win or at least beat the spread. 1 pick apiece each, please. 3 dogs, best chance to win today.
Dog with the best chance to win today. Miami Dolphins.
Okay. Miami +3 against Minnesota at home. It's not bad.
I'm taking the point. I'm taking the Jets. I told you. I told you earlier today I'm taking the Jets. 8 points, a lot of points.
To win outright.
It's 9 now.
At Lambeau.
Yeah.
If that happens,
Watson.
I will be fucking insufferable tomorrow. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Did you throw one out there?
No, mine will be. God, they're just so killed with the weapons. I wanted to say the New Orleans Saints +3 at home.
The fact that neither one of you said Kansas City at home yet's bothering me.
Oh, absolutely. That's the one. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about that game. I'm so heavy on the Bills.
No doubt.
I'm your huckleberry.
Jason Quinones? Please let me know in the chat if I said that correctly. What's up, guys? Police League here. I traded Leonard Fournette for Dalvin Cook. Good or bad deal, half-point PPR? I think you did quite nicely.
What's a police league?
Bunch of cops playing in the league.
Oh, okay.
We're a huge fan of
I thought
cops
this was
around
like
here.
this was like a vampire league kind of thing. Like this is a new iteration that I hadn't heard of before.
We're a huge fan of cops around here, so I saw the super chat and I went, holy shit, this is like a perfect storm of a police league question, and it was super chatted. So I feel like we should have, the second that question came out, we should have answered it.
Yeah.
For me, you did great.
Yeah, it is. Police League is now when you draft poorly, you go to jail. So
Which means Tank would be the Jeffrey Dahmer of his league.
Loser spends the night in jail.
Damn, that's harsh.
Go to jail.
We're going to watch the movie.
And then you can leave.
Just want to take some pictures. I pay good money.
We're just going to sit here and watch some Broncos and Colts, and we're going to leave.
It's
going to be fine.
That show was so fucking creepy.
So good.
Flex one, start one from Pennywise. DK, Rondale Moore, Isaiah McKenzie, DJ Moore.
Start DK, flex Rondale Moore.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. Fully on that one. Tammy Buchanan, here I am again. Glad to have you.
As
Glad
always.
to have your questions. DJ Moore or Jacoby Myers, PPR?
Jacoby Myers, who is I would say, back-end wide receiver 2, high-end wide receiver 3. If you played him in DraftKings last week, you're welcome.
He is the only receiver that he gets targets all day, every day, and while the touchdowns might not be there, he's the only one that both Mac and Zappy have rapport with.
Yeah.
There's no one else.
Yeah. Play Jacoby. Hold off on DJ Moore, though. I think that's going to turn around for him.
When he plays in New England?
No, because she says it's getting aggravating with DJ. Just I think give it time.
Yeah, because he's going to be on a different team.
Yeah, he's going to be in New England.
He's going to be traded?
Bill's going to pick him up because we need more project receivers. We're going to trade Nelson Aguilar for him.
Yeah, he's going to get traded to the Green Bay Packers, and then he'll be a dog.
Half PPR. T. Chiggins, if he plays, or Randall Cobb?
Thiggins.
Yeah. I don't see that as being all that close. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
No. We're teaching you some things.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. At least it's helping me beat you in DFS every week.
He is ahead of you right now. Just throwing that out there. That's slander that you should not allow to.
Do you know when that matters?
At the end of the year.
That's right. Do you remember who ran the league all season long and then lost out in the second round of the playoffs because of buys and garbage injuries? This guy. So talk your shit now, Tank. Talk it now.
Look, I have to talk shit whenever I get a chance.
Come playoff time, you're going to be
100%.
searching for a new pair of drawers in the trashy can again.
100%. Good for you. Oh, that's a double bell. No,
Yes.
Love it. Daniel Hillman says, tried to trade Dobbins, Thielen, and Pollard for DJ Shark and Miles Sanders and got rejected. Then they did Zeke for Sanders. Did the Zeke for Sanders trade, felt out the way to me.
He's thinking shenanigans. He's thinking there is shenanigans in his league. And I'll be honest with you, looking at that trade, that feels like shenanigans. And this is always a possibility, and this is advice for your whole life. This is not just fantasy football advice. Sometimes you have to look at people and go, are you or are you not a fucking moron? Because like 35% of people are fucking morons.
Right.
And so there's always that possibility. I'm not saying it's not collusion, not saying it's not shenanigans. I'm just always I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a question I ask myself every single day. Are you being nefarious, or are you a fucking moron?
Yeah, I don't think that's. I think that's a moron scenario.
And it very well could be. Could be collusion. I'm not saying it's not. We have another one of these.
I'm your huckleberry.
Jason Quinones, who said correct pronunciation, which for me, that might be the win of the day for me because I can't pronounce shit. Said, thanks, guys. And yes, it's a bunch of us cops in the league. We appreciate you for all you do. There is no sports show in America that is more pro-cop than me. And if you don't like that, you can kiss my whole 245-pound ass. That's why we have two cops on Fridays.
Right.
Jason's the only person in a league where he can go, you a fucking cop? And the answer is yes.
Bingo.
Yes.
What are you, a cop? Yeah.
In fact, I am.
I'm actually in a cop league, too. That's how that's how I knew what he was talking about. I used to play on a charity golf team with a bunch of cops down the mountain, and I'm in a fantasy football league with them now.
All right. Ara Vila wants us to clarify because he didn't get a clear answer. Gallup or Waddle?
Waddle for me.
Agreed.
Yep.
So Saints, Jets, and Miami, all three spreads.
Yes.
Correct.
Did somebody say the Saints?
That's what Ascendo said. Saints, Jets, Miami.
He was asking us to clarify which ones we picked. Because I picked Miami.
Oh, no, I had thrown out the Saints, but
no, it was the Chiefs, Jets, and Miami.
I wasn't thinking clearly, and that's when Jeremy was like, nobody said the Chiefs, and I went, oh, yeah, that's the right answer.
Yeah, it's Chiefs, Jets, Dolphins.
Yes, Chiefs, Jets, Dolphins as the underdogs' best chances to win outright today. Luis Mixon or Jeff Wilson?
Mixon. The workload's just too high.
Mm-hmm.
He leads the NFL in touches, and it's not really all that close the last I looked.
Stephen Tao wants to see DJ Moore in Baltimore.
It's possible.
Makes too much sense.
Baltimore has literally called on every receiver in the NFL, so it wouldn't shock me.
Mm-hmm. Tammy Buchanan says she put Jacoby in, so thank you for that. Keep Drake London in or put DJ Moore in his place?
Drake London.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Now, I will say I like DJ Moore better with P.J. Walker than I do with Baker Mayfield. Because Baker Mayfield is statistically the worst quarterback through 5 weeks in the last 25 years.
Jeremy.
Can I declare victory on that? Like,
100%.
When exactly do I get to just put on my sash and my crown and do my little wave and go?
We're there.
Okay, cool.
We're there.
I just want to make sure.
Go, absolutely. We have reached that plateau. Especially if he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. Wasn't that what I heard?
No, 4 to 6.
4 to 6. Excuse me.
And I actually think they went 2 to 6.
Well, I mean, even at that, 2 to 6, that gives Sam time to come back, and I'm not sure that we'll see Baker again.
You won't.
Jeremy, your cousin Colin, not really your cousin, says, can you suit up today for the Saints, please, specifically at wide receiver or corner?
Here's the thing, boys. Hey, you're going to say no.
Not an option.
Here's the thing, boys. I still got them hands. Now, I can only run one kind of route. All right, I'm like broke down Rob Gronkowski.
Yes.
I can do one thing.
Slants.
Oh, hell no. I ain't going across the middle. Fuck off.
You trying to get him killed?
Are you fucking kidding me?
What are you, Tom Brady in 2016?
My rookie deal in the NFL is not that big of an improvement over what we make. I mean, it's a drastic improvement, don't get me wrong. Not enough for me to go across the middle. Fuck that shit. No, I can run a back pylon fade. And whatever corner you put on me, I hope you went to the weight room this week, because if not, I'm gonna sling you in the front row.
Yeah.
Oh, J-Rome still got them hands. Don't. I might have used them to hit people for a few years, but I still got them grippies. Don't worry.
Grippies. Cryptunes wants to know PPR flex, Dubs, DJ Moore, Zay Jones, Raheem Mostert, or Devin Singletary.
DJ Moore's last on that list for me. Mostert's 1. Singletary's 2.
Dubs.
Zay Jones is 3. Dubs is 4. DJ's 5.
You don't like Dubs at all today.
It's not that I don't like him at all. There is a path of outcomes where DJ Reed is. There's a path of outcomes where DJ Reed is a problem for DJ Moore today. No, I said DJ Reed is a problem for Romeo Dubs.
There
today.
you go. That wasn't jobbing in my head. Let's see here. Just another spin on this league. The commissioner is buddies with the guy that traded him Sanders, and that's why I think it's shady. Okay, Hillman, it may be.
Shenanigans. It's sounding very shenanigansy.
Or he may just be a hell of a salesman.
Need our Cop League friend to go set the record straight here.
No, that's not the Cop League.
No, that's what I'm saying. We
need the cops to 100%.
To investigate.
We need our friends, the police, to investigate the shenanigans. Can
100%.
we have fantasy police?
Oh, I think it's a brilliant idea.
Can we get badges?
Badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
I deputize myself.
Did I just make a movie reference? Did that happen?
You did.
Yes.
Let's go.
And an old movie reference as well.
Let's go.
Ascendo Wildrift says, so I wonder if there's a prop that Ole Miss beats Bama this year.
You can get a future bet on it.
Or that Bama loses a second game. Do you think Bama loses their chance at the Final Four?
No.
But
I think Tennessee will be the number 1 team in the country come tomorrow.
And they should
be. And they should be.
Okay.
Not because I think they're the best team in the country. They have the best win.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
They have the best win.
I think they have the best group of wins. Don't they have like 4 top 25 wins now?
They beat Pittsburgh. They beat Florida. Florida's the zeal is off that road.
Yeah, that was one of those. They were ranked in the top 25.
Yeah, I mean, for me, if I had a first place, if I had a poll vote, Tennessee would be my 1.
I think they'll probably go to 3. I think that's as high as they're going to get. They probably flip places with Alabama. I don't know that after a 55-0 win, you can take the number 1 team in the country off the
fucking
board.
Vanderbilt.
I don't care.
There will be a lot of people like me that go, Tennessee would skull fuck Georgia.
I'm sure there will be.
The team that I have seen out of Georgia cannot score with Tennessee.
No.
And there will be plenty of people that feel the way I do.
Yeah, I agree. Stone Sports Podcast said I run a 5-yard hitch route, but I'm going to catch and hitch and take a knee.
Let's do that every play.
Do it every play to win the game.
Well, here's the thing. At 6'5", 245, I run a box out with the fucking best of them. That fun little route that you run where the tight end goes to the goal line and then just posts up like, come get this ball.
Right.
He also wants to petition to call hands grippies from now on. I was referring to the gloves with the grippy on them. Guys, I don't really know what to call that. That material is not natural in nature. So
PPR flex from Curtis Davis, Corey Davis, Josh Palmer, or Dawson Knox? Corey Davis?
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
That's the correct answer.
I think Elijah Moore probably gets Jair Alexander today, which means Stokes is on Corey Davis, which means Corey Davis should probably have a pretty good game.
Rob Johnson says, if T. Higgins should play, should I still bench him for Tyler Boyd? Higgins is banged up, left last week's game with no catches.
Boyd's safer, but if they put him up, he's good to go.
Yeah. I think you're right on that one.
That's where I would go with it, but
another super
I'm your
chat.
huckleberry.
Say it again.
I said another super chat.
Oh, yeah. Nicholas Cole, PPR flex, Sutton, CEH, Dobbins.
Dobbins.
I'm going CEH.
I was going to say it might be CEH in this
Passing
case.
down back
in the Bills game.
In a shootout game.
Yeah.
I think that's a place that you can not necessarily attack them, but he's going to put up points.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that, and you know how I feel about CEH, so.
John Curtis, here's another one. Good morning, fellas. Was going to tell my friends about you, but hell no. Selfish. Sorry.
It's okay.
Roll with the Browns D or pivot to the Patriots or the Panthers? I'd say stick with the Broncos.
I can't agree with that.
No, it's not the Broncos.
If those are my three choices, I'm going Panthers.
You're going with the Panthers?
I'm going with the Panthers.
Wow. Okay.
Armchair thought I was going to say Patriots.
You should have said it.
All right, so tell me what I'm supposed to like. This is one of the best offensive lines in the league.
Jack Jones.
Who's not playing nearly the snaps that he should.
There's no reason to think that this game isn't going to be low scoring and gross.
That's a good point.
It's a run game. Look, Chubb is going to run. Ramondre is going to run. There's going to be no time. It's not the Bills Chiefs. It's not going to be 45 to 48. It's going to be 21-17. You're not going to lose out on points. Patriots the way to go because they have an opportunity for takeaways. Patriots the way to go. That's my choice. I know it's a hashtag full homer, but I still think that defense is better than people give it credit for.
And you know what? He just swayed me. I play Jack Jones. Okay. Okay. This is not that fucking hard.
It's not.
He's played 171 snaps on the year, and 72 of them were in the game that Jalen Mills didn't play. Just, okay. Another one of these.
I'm your huckleberry.
Nicholas Colt, DuVernay, Pickens, or Ayuk. For me, it's Brandon Ayuk by this minis.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's Ayuk.
Dylan Everett wants to know who to start in 2 flex spots. So his choices, PPR, Michael Pittman, Christian Kirk, Darrell Henderson, Eno Benjamin. You got to pick 2. I'd go
Kirk
and Henderson. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. All right.
Universal. It is decided.
Stephen Towle says he just runs a go route.
Well, I mean, you're 6'14", so,
And
you would be very difficult to defend.
Right.
You put Stephen Towle on one side and me on the other, by God, we're not going to be between the 20s. We're not going to do much. We're going to need somebody that's way more athletic. You get us in the red zone, we're going to be hell when we're well, and ain't never had a temperature.
Yeah, he says all I got to do is go over the top because I'm taller than every other corner in the league. At 6'9", yeah.
Correct.
Don't think there are any of those corners out there. I think Tennessee should be number 1, says Rob Johnson. Ohio State
agree.
2, Georgia 3, Michigan 4.
Yep. That's where I'd go.
Okay. Stone Sports says there'll be 3 and Michigan will be 4. That's what I think. And it'll be Ohio State 2, Georgia will stay at 1. Bill Buttigieg says he's now ordering his Bailey Zappi jersey now that he's sober.
It's Bailey Zapp.
Until
he spells his fucking name right.
Full PPR. Are we going Eno Benjamin over Najee Harris? Yes, Eric Miller. We are going Eno Benjamin over Najee Harris. Stone Sports Podcast says he's got the Patriots D in every DFS lineup this week.
I think they're the cheapest defense on the slate. It's them and the Panthers. Oh, no, they're not that cheap. They're $2,900. I have the Bengals at $3,100 with no receivers.
Mm-hmm.
They have no receivers.
I think I put San Francisco in most of mine.
It's very expensive. I don't like paying up for defenses, especially West Coast team coming east.
I have the Jets in a lot just because they're cheap.
How does that make you feel that you are the most confident person on the planet Earth in my Jets?
Well, I've been right, so feels good.
Feels good. Feels good.
I'll be honest with you. I don't like it. But again, the difference between random fandom, like I love my Patriots? Yes. And I want to win fantasy football. I'm going to win fantasy football
100 times out of 100.
Like I will 1,000,000,000% set aside my pride for my team if it means that I can win the matchup, and that means drafting New York Jet players and pretending that I want them to do well, even though I wish they wouldn't.
Nicholas Cole asked, would you run with the Jags defense with all the injuries to the Indianapolis Colts?
Yes. I don't mind it at all.
I would. I think I don't think you have a question there.
It's just a young team on the road, which scares me a little bit, but it's one of my favorite defenses of the week. Paul Richardson said he's surprised I'm going Ken Walker over Henderson. I'm going both.
Yes.
I want both. Both of them if possible.
I love Stone Sports Podcast.
Oh, 100%.
Picturing a 6'9" man with a pack of gummy bears in his pocket at all times. Yeah, that's Stephen Towle.
100%.
Yeah. I love it.
And he comes to the Village Porch where we will be today watching
Indeed.
the footballs. Me and my new car.
Come out and see the new 2023
Oh,
Rogue.
it's so fucking sweet.
It is very, very sweet.
It's so
And I'll have
sweet.
mine. We can park them beside each other, and then you can come and compare.
Well, the only problem is that you'll have
differences.
to park yours in my driveway.
Oh,
to do
yeah,
that.
that's right. I forgot. You don't use the commoner parking.
No, sir, I don't. I use my own personal. But he also wears a kicker jersey every day. It's Stephen Towle. He's a 6'9" man wearing a
Justin
kicker
Tucker.
jersey
Yeah.
with a pocket full of gummy bears.
Hashtag Tucker is the only kicker.
Pick 2, full PPR from Jonah. Dobbins, Fournette, or Singletary. I'm going Dobbins, Fournette.
I'm going Dobbins Singletary. I think it's a Tom game. Minkah Fitzpatrick's not going to play today. Which means Tom's just going to sit back and go, how many yards can I throw for today? And it's a shitload.
Yeah, that's why I love
think
Chris
it's-
Godwin and all these questions that we've gotten with Godwin involved.
I think it's a good time to talk about Brady because Brady, in terms of quarterback value on DK, is good.
According to my metric, there are 2 quarterbacks in the NFL whose salaries are more than $1,000 off for their value for today. Tom Brady is one.
Geno Smith.
Kyler Murray's the other.
Oh, Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's losing their shit about Eno Benjamin. That game's probably going to be a shootout. And I think you could do much worse than having DK on one side, Kyler Murray, Zach Ertz, and Rondale Moore on the other. That's my favorite stack of the day.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm on it.
I've done a lot. I did 2 Geno stacks, I think. Like one I went with Disley and the other one. What is the story with Tyler Lockett? Is he going to play? He came up he came up on the injury report Thursday with a hammy.
No, he's not. He does not have an injury designation for the game.
Okay.
He's
Excellent.
You got to remember with injury designations, if you have to pee at some point, injury report.
Well, you always get concerned when you see a hammy late in the week.
The only time I get concerned is when I see a hammy sandwich in your hand.
Yeah,
let's go. Making fat jokes. I'm now the fatter one, so
I was
I'm allowed
going
to
to
do
say,
that. I'm also 9 inches taller than you, so.
that's true. It's very true. Jeremy, when will we know about the battle for the belts average DFS finishes?
Oh,
that actually came out this week.
Yeah, we have a list. I've got to remember where it is. Ba-doop.
But it's not by average, it's by total points.
It's
right?
by total points right now. There will be an average. Here's the thing: we've got a slew of people that have played 4 weeks and a slew that have played 5. So it's kind of hard for me to justify doing the averages yet. A, because they're damn near the exact same, and B, I don't know who's actually in for the long haul. So there will be. That's something I didn't plan for. I did not anticipate there being this many people that have played like 3 weeks. So. We may have to have a house vote there at some point.
Stephen Towle says he won't be there at the Village Porch with us today. So that's
very
unfortunate.
sad.
Very unfortunate. You will be missed. Super CNB challengers. I'm going to rephrase my question from earlier. He needs an RB2, a wide receiver 2, and a flex. And the options are Ken Walker, Eno Benjamin for the RB2.
And Walker.
Yeah, Ken Walker.
Ken Walker's the running back.
Eno Benjamin, Christian Kirk, Michael Pittman, and Mike Williams.
Mike Williams would be the wide receiver 2.
Yeah, and then your flex would be Kirk.
Yeah.
Well done, boys. Full PPR from John Curtis, Henderson, Dylan, Garrett Wilson, Romeo Dubs. Need to sit one of them.
Sit one. It's certainly not Henderson.
Sit
Garrett Wilson.
Sit Wilson. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Juju Smith or Garrett Wilson from
Juju.
Lisa.
I'm going Juju because it's a higher scoring game.
I was
Agreed.
going to say, I want more shares of that game. If you can get it, Juju is the way to go.
That's currently my biggest problem with my DraftKings lineup is that I have no shares of Kansas City, Buffalo, and I feel like that's an error in judgment.
That is a big error in judgment. I don't think you need to go as heavy as everybody else is, though.
I would agree with that. I think there are good scorers in other games.
Yes.
Cryptunes, should I keep Zay Jones or drop and pick up Mooney, Pierce, Brandon Cooks, Boyd, Dotson? Or someone else to look for?
I would keep Zay Jones.
Yeah. I don't mind Pierce, and
I don't mind Pierce. I don't mind Mooney, but I'm not sure that I would
drop Zay for him. Yeah.
Tammy Buchanan says one more here. Stash, Jalen Warren, or Joshua Kelly.
Jalen Warren for me. He would have legitimate value if something happened to Najee.
Mm-hmm.
If Eckler goes down, it turns into the grossest split in the history of time.
And says she's already got Eckler, so that's why the Joshua Kelly.
Oh, and
handcuff.
I totally ask. I understand why you're asking that question. It's just you got to remember there are probably not 10 situations in the NFL where if a player went down, it would become a Ken Walker situation. I feel like Jalen Warren would not be that, but it would be a lot of touches. You would see the Anthony McFarlands and the Benny Snells come in for grunt shit, but for fantasy, it would be Jalen Warren exclusively.
Chauncey Major asks Taysom Hill or Dawson Knox.
Taysom Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We finally figured out who Q-Ball is. It's Eric Miller. I've been trying to figure out the answer to that fucking question all week long. He is the one person in front of me.
Gotcha. Stephen Tao says 11th. Come on. I guess he's not happy with that.
Stats don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
Although 11th is pretty good.
Which
That's
is weird
solidly in
because
the
when I
mouth.
saw it, I went 13th. Fuck yeah.
No, well, that's the first thing he did, and then the second thing he did was go, "Holy shit, I'm in front of Armchair."
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, that was the second thing I did. Holy shit, he's in front of Armchair. How the hell did that happen?
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm going to be fully transparent here. I am playing complete ceiling plays in Battle for the Belt because it's all ceiling. I'm not playing low floor anyone. Boom or bust. I say my good
You
stuff for
play to win the game.
Yep. I am not, and I'm not shy about it. It is what it is. Only got to win one.
Daniel Hillman says, "Hey guys, I live near about an hour out of Charlotte."
He's just looking for Village
I'm
Porch,
looking for the
51
white
North
porch.
Merriman
Yeah.
Avenue.
Yeah. Village Porch.
51 North Merriman Avenue, Woodfin, North Carolina, 28804. I think it's 28804.
You don't know your own zip code?
What are you, a cop?
I'm just-
No, I don't know my own fucking zip
Oh,
code.
that's right. You got a P.O. box.
Oh, well, that's one, too. The next time I say, send me a letter, I do declare. I hope this letter finds you well.
Okay.
Good God, you could have hit Jimmy Hoffa in my fucking mailbox. It's not like I would know.
Yeah, this is true.
Secret time? I don't know where my mailbox is.
Hot.
That's a true story.
Ascendo wants to know, would you trade Austin Eckler for Garrett Wilson and Allen Robinson?
Hell no.
Fuck no.
Mm-mm.
No, you could not pay me enough to take Allen Robinson on right now.
Allen Robinson should not be owned in fantasy football leagues.
He's dead to me.
West Virginia Willie said Rondale Moore is available in damn near all my leagues.
Go
Yep,
get
drop
him.
Allen Robinson for Rondale Moore.
Full PPR, Hunt or Dobbins?
Dobbins.
Agreed.
Why do people like Kareem Hunt so much right now?
I to be really honest with you, I don't know.
He's had 11 attempts, 10 attempts, 12 attempts, 13, and 11. That's his first 5 weeks in reverse order, and no more than 58 yards.
It's the
2
talent.
touchdowns.
It's the talent. People see the talent and go, he's going to have a breakout game, and they're trying to get in front of it. I get it. In PPR, do you know where he ranks among running backs right now?
No.
You want to take a stab at it?
48.
I was going to say 36.
17.
Really?
Yeah.
Jiggle out.
Two tutties. We'll put them up there.
17.
When I was 17, I drank some domestic lights.
God. Are you still drunk? Just curious. I'm not a cop. I'm not a cop. I'm not a cop. I'm not a fucking cop. Jeremy with another movie reference. What is that? Like, he got drunk last night and watched movies, apparently, after all the football was over. Like, I didn't even think The Departed was a movie that he had ever seen.
Excellent film, though.
Oh, it's a great film. Love the ending.
Yes.
The ending was the best. All right. Hey, Daniel Hillman says he always has to ask his wife what the zip code is. I get it. I mean, zip codes are things that are not necessarily pertinent information, especially for a guy like Jeremy who does all his stuff through a P.O. box. I've just never been that guy. T. Higgins or Rondale Moore?
Rondale.
I agree. Rondale Moore is one of those that I've been like, it obviously with the injury, he hasn't been available to have a start to the season, but in the last, what's he been up for 2 weeks now?
Yep.
And they're just manufacturing touches for him.
He's on the field. Seattle doesn't have defense
Oh, they're awful
at all. So I think that game's going to be shooty outy.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I've gone, like I said earlier, I did a couple of DFS lineups with Geno Smith. I got him one stacked with Disley, one of them stacked with Tyler. I think I did Tyler Lockett, Will Disley, and Geno Smith. And then there was another one where I stacked him with DK.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I like that.
Yeah, I'm just not wild about paying up for quarterbacks.
You should be.
I should be.
Yeah, it depends on the week, of course. But like looking at this week, there are a couple of quarterbacks that I really like today, and some of them are cheap, some of them aren't. I would rather pay up and have my piece of that Chiefs Bills game. I love playing Josh Allen, but he's expensive. He's really expensive. Like that's the problem. You go Josh Allen and Gabe Davis, and there's your budget gone. You got to budget. Everything else is a cost saving exercise. So
Patrick Mahomes, if you're paying up for him and you're doing a stack, are you going cheap with Juju, or are you spending up at tight end to stack him with Kelsey?
Kelsey. I think it has to be Kelsey.
That's what I think. I think it's the only way to go.
If you're playing Mahomes, you should be playing Kelsey. You should be playing Kelsey anyway if you can. I love Kelsey today. I love Kelsey. You should love Kelsey every day.
Yeah. Let me give you a armchair. I'm going to give you a roster here that I built, and I want to see what you think about it. So I did Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, stacked him with Travis Kelce.
Yep.
And then I went Ramondre Stevenson, Ken Walker at running back. My flex, I went Eno Benjamin.
Okay.
Also have wide receivers, though, it went obviously cheap since I spent up at quarterback and tight end. went Rondale Moore, Romeo Doubs, and Isaiah McKenzie.
The only one there that I don't like is Doubs. And it's not that I don't like him overall. I just think that's the only question mark I have on the lineup.
Okay. And then I went with 49ers defense because I couldn't get a path to anybody
why wouldn't
else.
you? That's my question. Why wouldn't you can't find a path to anybody else?
I don't
49ers
know.
defense is expensive.
I mean,
That's
I guess they are
expensive.
in the realm of defenses. Yes, they are expensive.
Like defenses there are defenses on there that you can play. You just have to not have a team score a ton of points. Jets defense is 2,600 versus the Niners defense, which is 3,700.
37.
Save yourself 1,100.
Hmm.
And then you can pay up instead of having Romeo Doubs. You'd have another. What's that put you in the 5,000-ish range?
Here. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna tinker with it, and let's go. Romeo Doubs out. That puts me at 6,400, and I can go T. Chiggins, Waddle. Ooh, Godwin.
Right.
Ooh, I can go Godwin with that, and now I like that lineup even better.
Of course
Look
you
at you, Armchair. Helping me
This
out.
is why I am losing Battle of the Belt, because I'm willing to help. And give them
You get screwed that way. Did you do M85's super chat?
We have not.
I'm your huckleberry.
CD, Christian Kirk, Debo, Pickens. Do I sit a banged up CD versus Philadelphia? If you can only pick one of those, I'm going Debo. If you can pick two, I'm going Debo, Christian Kirk, because CD's going to get Darius Slay. And then CD would be 3.
Yes.
Agreed.
I agree.
Agreed. Yes, Stephen Tao, you are correct. I don't like paying up for anything. Laura and Jim Cooperman.
That's a new one.
That is a new one.
Welcome in.
into the show. We are an AA meeting for sports. Name your drug of choice. Mine is Antonio Gibson.
Yep. Mine has long been Devontae Parker.
Need one running back. And what was that?
Mine's Irv Smith.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Armchair's is Irv Smith. Need one running back and one flex in a PPR. Mike Boone, Deon Jackson, Brandon Ayuk, or Randall Cobb. One running back, one flex.
Deon Jackson, Brandon Ayuk.
I'm with you.
I don't dislike Boone for running back, but it's probably Deon Jackson and Ayuk.
Gabriel Davis or DK
Yes.
Metcalf from Scott Gunther.
DK.
I like Gabe Davis.
I do too. I like Gabe Davis.
I think Arizona-Seattle's the low-key shootout of the day.
I agree.
It is.
Everybody's going to be on Buffalo, Kansas City.
I think everybody's on. Listen, this is my indication where everybody's on. The first place Tank went with his lineup was Seattle, Arizona.
Yes.
Well, you also got to remember he's had me for a full week telling him that exact same thing.
I agree. I think that Seattle, Arizona, and I told you that pre-show that I think that's where the game is. There's usually one big shootouty game, and I think that's the one. I don't know, man. Buffalo. Who's going to stop who? Kansas City doesn't get stopped. Buffalo doesn't get stopped.
No. I mean,
So
I understand why people are on it.
Yes, I'm not as heavy. I'm not weighted on it though. I can tell you, I have a Josh Allen in exactly one lineup. One. That's it. And I don't have a ton of. I have Gabe Davis in a couple.
So projected ownership on quarterbacks, Josh Allen's 23%.
Yeah.
The next highest is 11.5, and it's Kyler Murray and Geno Smith.
Yep.
I thought I was going super contrarian with Kyler. I thought
You're
it
not.
would be. I thought it was going to be totally Mahomes and Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Wow, looking at this projected ownership, my lineup does not feel as contrarian as I thought it would be.
It's time to go Jimmy G and Zach Wilson.
Oh God.
Ugh.
Well, here's the thing. I audibled my lineup last week, and it cost me like $25,000. So I'm not.
Don't
What's
tinker.
the rule about tinkering?
You don't tinker ever.
You don't tinker. You set it. You set it for a reason. You leave it.
Pennywise says, based on historical screwing, either Deon Jackson or Eno Benjamin is going to go off on my opponent's lineup today. Which one do you think it is?
If I had to bet one, I would say Eno, who, by the way, is projected to be the highest owned player on DraftKings today.
Because he's cheap as shit.
He's cheap as shit, but I don't understand how you get him in a lineup over Ramondre Stevenson, Ken Walker, and Darrell Henderson. So what that tells me is one of those three is going to be lower owned than they should be.
We have.
I think it would be Henderson.
Inactives.
Yep. I was just looking at this to see if there was anything that made me feel any kind of way. 49ers the front four is crushed. No Armstead or Bosa. West Coast team coming east.
No Clowney, no Ward for the Browns, so that's nice for the Patriots. Thank you. No Christian Watson. I think I said that earlier for Green Bay.
Yep.
No Teron Armstead for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
That's never good.
No.
And is Ronnie Stanley out again?
I
think I heard earlier in the week that he was close to being out for this week, or maybe had already
Rashad
been
Bateman's out.
On the
nothing for
Bengals,
Ronnie.
no T. Higgins listed, so he looks to be in.
Nice. Very nice. One Nation Underground. New Orleans rarely doubles receivers. Does Chase go off today?
I kind of think so.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm trying my damnedest to be contrarian on DraftKings somewhere, and Jamar Chase is the one I keep coming back to.
I like the Jamar Chase move.
Because I don't see how he's going to be high owned today. PFF has him at 6% ownership. And I think that's probably accurate.
Just for argument's sake, you can go Burrow and Chase and still have plenty of room to play around.
Mm-hmm.
You can toss in your Ramondre, and I know you're going to want to toss in Ken Walker. You've got space. You got space to play. If you go cheap on defense, you've got room to play. I don't hate that at all.
Ascendo says pick 2. I guess this is Alec Pierce, Austin Eckler, Raheem Mostert, Leonard Fournette. He doesn't know who to start. I'd go Eckler Fournette.
We'll go Eckler Mostert.
Eckler Mostert. Okay.
All right, so just built. Burrow at quarterback, Stevenson Walker at running back, Chase Godwin, Rondale Moore at wide receiver, Zach Ertz, Breece Hall in the flex, and the Bengals defense.
I love that Bengals defense play.
That's good.
Still gives you $100.
Dig it. Also, Ascendo wants to know Lamar Jackson or Trevor Lawrence. It's Lamar.
I think it's Lamar by a lot, usually.
Yes.
I can't go down a path of ever sitting Lamar Jackson over anybody.
Me neither.
Or sitting anybody over Lamar Jackson. I said that weird. Also, Cowboys D or Tampa.
Tampa.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's dead. God, they're going to get killed. They are going to get annihilated.
Yes, they are.
Daniel Hillman wants to know, Jeremy, is CMC going to Baltimore an instant boom?
It would be, but I don't see that happening. I think if McCaffrey goes anywhere, it's either the Rams or the Buffalo Bills.
Steven Tao says he's got Breece, Ramondre, and Darrell Henderson for running backs. Should he switch Breece for Walker? Or don't tinker?
I would play Kenny Walker over Breece Hall.
I would as well.
It's close, but that's where I'd go.
Scott Gunther says, thoughts on the Vikings D versus Miami?
I think Miami's going to beat them. I've been on that all week.
Yeah, he has. He has been on that all week.
I hate Kirk Cousins on the road. I hate Kirk Cousins, period, but I really hate him on the road.
Hates Kirk Cousins. It's not your fault.
The Vikings defense doesn't do much for me.
It doesn't me either.
So look for another option.
Cincinnati. They're readily available everywhere, and they shouldn't be.
Yes.
Rose 28 says needs help.
That's Rose because it's got a little thing on the.
Oh, I didn't see the little accent on there. So Rose 28. Guys that need help for a flex play: Adam Thielen or Devin Duvernay.
Thielen.
Yeah.
Go Thielen. My initial reaction was Devin Duvernay, and I know that's wrong. Clyde Edwards-Helaire or A.J. Dillon from Satisfied
Helaire.
Browns Pan?
Helaire.
Yeah, I agree. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the answer. And Green Bay or Cincinnati defense from Nate F.
Cincinnati.
I like that Cincinnati defense.
I mean, it's going to be super popular because they just have nothing.
Who's New Orleans playing on offense?
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill.
If you want a real fun contrarian play on DraftKings, Alvin Kamara, who's 6,700.
Traquan Smith. Is he still around?
Yes, he is. As a matter of fact, I'm doing this right now. I'm taking out Darrell Henderson and playing Alvin Kamara. Now I need a cheap-ass receiver, which this should be fun.
How cheap?
47, which basically takes out every guy we have talked about.
That was cheap.
Robert asks, do you think Jimmy G is better than Jalen Hurts?
As a player or as a fantasy player? Because he's not even close to fantasy play. He's a better thrower of the football.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts is a drastically better football player.
I would agree with that. So do you think that the Niners are better than the Eagles or not? I don't think they are.
Oh no, I know the answer. I know the I know the answer to this to the $4,700 receiver question.
4,700?
Yeah,
that's a lot more money than you need. Rondale Moore is in that range.
I've already got Rondale Moore. It's Marquez Valdes-Scantling.
Yes,
that's the right answer.
Yes,
because Buffalo does not have a receiver that can run with him, and I have a funny feeling that either he or Hardman's going to hit one. That gives me just a little taste, just a little sprinkle of that game.
Marquez Valdes-Scantling and Isaiah McKenzie. I think those are like the cheap-ass options from that Kansas City-Buffalo game that you can strike it big with.
Yeah.
How does Alvin Kamara not have 30 touches today?
It's a good question.
I mean, does anybody have an answer to that? Because nobody's going to play him.
Because for some reason they decide to give Mark Ingram 10 touches.
I mean, PFF has him at 10% ownership, and I cannot physically see a way that happens with all of these cheap-ass running backs. And you want to talk about a way to just hit a grand slam? With Eno Benjamin projected 30% ownership, Ramondre, I don't see how you get off of it. He's $6,000. Cleveland's terrible against the run.
Mm-hmm.
They're really small in the interior. Ramondre's going to eat.
Yes.
I can shade off Eno Benjamin and it not hurt my feelings in the least. By the way, fun story on Eno Benjamin. Just since I got to go back to I pulled this for earlier and then I didn't say it. The most snaps that any running back has played for the Arizona Cardinals this year is how many? It's 50. It's James Conner twice.
Uh-huh.
No running back on this team has played more than 50% of snaps.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Which tells me Keontae Ingram is probably going to play way more than you want him to.
Mm-hmm. To answer this string of questions from Robert, though, we already did Hurts is better than Jimmy G. Niners not better than the Eagles. Do you guys agree with that?
No, the Niners are not better than the Eagles, but it's close.
It is close.
Yep.
That's 1 and 2 in the NFC.
And that was how I was going to wrap this up with his, do you think my Niners are elite? Yes. Yes, the Niners are elite.
Yeah. They're top 5.
No,
they
not.
were top 5 in my power rankings.
Right. No, they're not better than the Eagles, but they're both
close.
elite.
Mm-hmm. It's close.
Bill Buttigieg, nobody with an IQ above a salt shaker would draft Traquan Smith. No shit.
Yeah, it's not going to be a fun day for him. I don't like any pass catcher not named Alvin Kamara, but I could see him having 35 touches today. This is how drunk on Alvin Kamara I am the more I have thought about this. I'm playing the Bengals defense and Alvin Kamara because I see a path that both score a shitload.
All right, Ascendo wants us to rate his lineup. Lamar Jackson, Raheem Mostert, Austin Eckler, Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, Dallas Goedert, James Robinson, some stupid kicker, and the Bucs defense.
Yeah,
Love it.
You better play. To lose, you have to play against the best team in your league. That's the only way I see you losing.
That's a great lineup.
It is a great lineup. Eagles stole A.J. Brown. Freaking monster. Yeah. That one from Robert. He is indeed. As Oates said, he is indeed a freak of nature.
Trying to find a way to play any defense that's not Cincinnati's.
Rob
Because
Johnson.
it is bothering me that I'm playing a running back against the defense.
Here's Rob Johnson's lineup. Kyler Murray, Darrell Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, Stephon Diggs, Rondale Moore, Alec Pierce, Kenneth Walker, Rams defense.
That's a good lineup.
Any problems? I see
nope.
none.
It's very good.
I see none.
That's very good.
Ascendo says he is going up against the number 2 in the league,
Indeed.
and he's the number 1.
Indeed.
So it's going to be a tight matchup, probably.
Stephen Tao said Jeremy just played the Jets defense. Stop fighting it.
Do it.
I think you should.
I can't do that. I mean, I can do that.
Right.
I shouldn't do that.
I mean, I get you. You know, you always rag on me because I'm a bit of a homer. Tank's a bit of a homer because that's what Tank does.
I don't know why I like that Buccaneers player so much.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Kate Otten, number 1 with a bullet. I don't know. I just feel like you're trying to prepare yourself for the failure.
Jeremy, take your Jet fandom out of it for a minute. What has Green Bay done really well the last 3 weeks?
That's where I'm
Forget
going.
the whole season. 3 weeks.
All right, so basically my alternative is I can play Marquez Valdez-Scantling and the Bengals, and that's with me having Alvin Kamara, or I can play the Jets and Juju Smith-Schuster.
I have a feeling Juju is going to have a day.
I kind of do too. All right, I'm doing it.
I don't have
him.
him. I don't have him anywhere. I don't own him. I don't own any shares.
You got shares even with me. Let's go. Saddle up and ride.
Nate F did say that MVS drop touchdown going to feel like a shotgun to the chest.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have. Juju, let's go.
Yeah.
And you just watched me tinker with my lineup live on air.
This is what we do.
He's going to kick his own ass for that later.
Probably, I'm sure I will.
Paul Richardson, with all these Carolina trade rumors, I don't feel comfortable drafting them for defense. Could come back to hurt me. What do the trade rumors have to do with the defense?
Well, nobody on the defense is getting traded.
Right.
I mean, Brian Burns, Derek Brown, they've already basically specifically said that's not happening.
No.
Those are building block players. The two that could get traded in Carolina are CMC and Robbie Anderson. Everybody else is not going anywhere. And DJ Moore.
Yeah. I just don't know that I buy into a complete blow-up of that team.
Not a complete blow-up, no, but
a complete blow-up with the offense.
The optional pieces. Oh, my God.
What?
I just got the Steelers inactive. Minka Fitzpatrick, Cam Sutton, Levi Wallace, and Kelly Witherspoon.
Tom Brady.
I was just about to ask you who's playing corner for the Steelers.
Is Artie Burns still around? Is he?
To be really honest with you, I'm going to have to look to answer that question. Holy shit.
James Pierre?
Good God. Yeah, Tom Brady's a play.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, and I would say he's borderline a must play because everybody's going to be on Josh Allen. They're going to be on Mahomes, Kyler, and Geno Smith. Your corners today for the fighting, oh my God, with no pass rush. Arthur Millay,
yeah,
who played for my Jets, and I'll go ahead and tell you, he could not play a tree in a child's play. James Pierre and Josh Jackson. That's the only three on the fucking roster. They only have three corners on this entire roster.
Their depth chart for right cornerback, both out. Their left side is James Pierre. That's it.
Good God Almighty. Now the question is, which receiver do I play with Brady?
Mike Evans. You can play them both, actually.
I can play them both, but I don't want to.
Mike Evans.
And this takes me completely out of the Buffalo Kansas City game. I now have nothing from that, which I don't love.
I was going to say that doesn't sound like a good idea.
Well, I mean, okay, just you know what? All right, sound something out here with me. Tell me that's not the contrarian way to build a lineup.
It is absolute. I'm not doing it
because everybody and their fucking brother is going to be on Bills Chiefs.
They're on two different. There's two lineups right now that people are on, and we've talked about them a ton. And that's everybody is very high on Seattle, Arizona. We know. We just know this. And everybody is going to be high on Chiefs Bills because that is the game that everybody's talking about.
But here's what nobody talk. All right, so I'm going to go on a little fucking rant here. Give me a little platitude. Names on the door. Maybe tell your friends. We're closing in on that 3,000 subscriber thing, and I would love to do that today. That would really make my day. Here's what nobody talks about when you have these shootout games. DraftKings is very fucking smart.
Yeah.
What happens to every player in those shootout games? They get more expensive.
By a ton.
Do you realize how many things you can have with Tom Brady? And I mean, Chris Godwin's 6,100.
Yeah, you're talking about 24 or 12-4 for your wide receiver quarterback combo, and then you can still play Ertz from your Arizona Seattle game. You can still play Bengals defense because I think they're going to be good. Although I'm tempted to play the Buccaneers defense at 3,900.
Oh yeah, that's I'm playing the Bengals.
I think you have to.
Damn it! I want to play the Bengals, but I don't know who to take down.
And
I really want to play Alvin Kamara.
So you put Ramondre. Are you going Walker Kamara?
Ramondre Walker Kamara, yeah. I think that's the right call.
I think it is too. And you said what defense are you playing? Bengals?
I want to play the Bengals.
That's the right way to go. 57.50 per two wide receivers left if you play Godwin. And that means that you can toss yourself a Rondale Moore egg. It means that you can toss yourself you can go Rondale Moore, Gabe Davis. I think that works. Yep.
Wow.
Well, you can also have a you can have a playing the. So basically, it's either I play the Bengals with Clyde Edwards-Helaire or I play the Jets with Alvin Kamara.
I'd go Jets, Kamara.
And then I have absolutely nothing from Bills Chiefs. I think Kamara's the one I've been on. I think he's going to be low owned. He's the only asset on the team. So people are going to lose their fucking shit about that. And then you get the Taysom Hill thing. I'm trying to talk myself into this.
Okay. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Brady, Kamara, Stevenson, Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Davis, Godwin, Schuster, Ertz, Jets defense.
That is so damn close to what I have. That is so close to what I have. All right, I'm playing it, and then I'm going to let it go, and then I'm going to leave it alone, and I'm not going to touch it. And if I win $1 million, we're all going to have a great big fucking party with our new 10,000 subscribers that I buy off the dark web.
Hell yeah. Let's see here. Back to the questions. We got Nate F., Dobbins, Mostert, ETN, or Godwin. He needs 2.5 PPR.
Mostert, Godwin.
Yep.
Now that the thing that's bothering me is the snap share on Godwin. He didn't play a lot last week, and that's
He's still coming back. He's still coming back from injury.
yeah, but he played 53 snaps in the first week,
Well,
and in a close game. And this is going to be a fucking blowout.
he's always tweaky. He's always tweaking something. So maybe he pulled up a little lame, and they were like, "Hey, we're already up 21-0. We don't need you to play."
And do you not think that's going to happen this week if they get ahead by a lot?
I don't know. Probably.
Because that makes me think it's Mike Evans.
I think if you got a choice between the two of them, you should go Evans over Godwin.
I mean, you always have a choice at DraftKings. So
Well, I get it.
everybody has a choice.
But Evans is, what, 500-600 more than
900.
Godwin? 900
Well,
more?
Evans is
then-
not.
yeah, well, then
Evans
you
is
just-
7,000.
Then you swap. If you swap Evans for Godwin, then you go Rondale Moore instead of Schuster.
See, he's all over it. Armchair's
All
got it
over
figured out.
He's got this shit.
Scott Gunther, Aaron Jones, or Eno Benjamin? Aaron
Aaron
Jones.
Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Yep. Don't sit your studs.
Ever.
T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd? Full PPR. Which one should Matt Stifler play in the flex?
T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd?
Yep. Said he cannot afford to have a repeat of Higgins last week.
And you do have a risk of that, but I don't think that'd have him up if there was a real risk of that. So I'm gonna say Higgins.
Yeah,
I would agree.
think so.
Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers? Rob Johnson wants to know.
Cousins.
I would go Cousins.
I know you hate Cousins right now, Jeremy, but he's got to throw the ball. That game's going to be.
I would agree. That could be a low key shootout too.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a low key shootout too.
Oates asked who we got in Buffalo, Kansas City. I'm on Buffalo. Y'all are on Kansas City. From our discussion earlier in the program. Nate F. also wants to know. We'll see. He needs 2.5 PPR. Dobbins, Godwin, Mostert, ETN, Miles Sanders. Sanders and Godwin, maybe?
I like the more that I'm sounding this out in my head, I like Godwin more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
Because this could be an easy get him right week.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to have to double Mike Evans. You don't have a choice. You're playing a 15th string corner out there on him.
With who? You double him with who? Is Tomlin going out?
No, you put the safety over the top.
Right.
You're going to try to keep everything in front of you, which tells me that Tom probably completes 1 billion passes.
This is such an ugly game for Pittsburgh.
It is
really ugly. It was already not great,
and now it's fucking
and it's way worse.
gruesome.
It's way worse.
And now
Cornerbacks need to stop traveling together because I don't know what kind of car wreck these guys got in. Brutal.
Absolutely kilt in the secondary.
KILT kilt.
So, do you guys agree? Sanders and Godwin out of that group?
Yes.
Okay. Stadia Wizzy. Maybe play one of the defenses in the KC Buffalo game to get leverage.
That's probably going too deep. I'm looking at all the players in that game going, everybody's so damn expensive.
Yeah,
And it gets hard to justify. And I'm just at the point of I can't. I'm looking at all these players going, I cannot justify rostering any of these guys.
Stifler, pick 3, full PPR. So this is a drop 1 scenario or sit 1 scenario. Christian Kirk, DJ Moore, Najee Harris, Isaiah McKenzie.
Sit DJ Moore.
Said
Agreed.
DJ Moore, definitely.
Yes, he is the odd man out in that scenario. Sauce is going to get 2 pick sixes today, says One Nation Underground.
God, I hope so.
Me too, so I can be right about the Jets again.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, God, if they win this game, I will be so insufferable tomorrow. It will be disgusting.
6 to midnight. Just full chub. West Virginia Willie says, Jeremy, if the Giants pressured Aaron Rodgers, what do you think that the Jets are going to do to him?
That is a good point.
Mm-hmm. Very great point. Higgins or Rondale Moore? Rondale.
I mean, it's
mine.
T. Higgins if you need the super high side, but I think Rondale Moore's safe. I love Rondale Moore today.
Stephen Tao says he swapped Brees Hall for Kenny Walker and got a few more dollars, or doll hairs, excuse me.
U.S. doll hairs.
Yeah, got a few more doll hairs. Should he take out Ertz and go with Kittle?
Yes. I would.
Armchair, do you agree?
I don't know if I agree.
I
It
don't
depends
know
on
that
what
I
else you
agree
got
either.
from my concern is are you giving up the better piece? I think Ertz is the touchdown guy for this game.
Yeah, Kittle's just so goddamn bootsy.
Kittle's a great play. Kittle's a great play. I just don't know if you've already added. So you added Kenny Walker. No, do it. Swap it out for Kittle. I might regret that, but yeah, swap it out for Kittle.
The thing that people seem to keep forgetting with San Francisco, do you know how many passing yards they average a game?
Not a lot.
238.
200.
Oh, just 200. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So if you get into a game where they're going to have to score, and with no Eric Armstead and no Nick Bosa, I could see Atlanta scoring on them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super biased because you had the one game of Jimmy Garoppolo. It's Kittle. It's fucking Kittle. It's Kittle. Kittle is the tight end play of the day. I've been on that all week. I'm not backing off of it.
Yep.
I liked Ertz, but if money's no option and you have the option of the two, it's George Kittle because he's undervalued right now for what he should be. He led this team in targets and receptions last week. It just so happened they didn't have to throw hardly at all because they blew Carolina out.
All right, Matt has another a pick 3 out of the 5 here. Juju, Isaiah McKenzie, DJ Moore, Najee Harris, Christian Kirk.
Still not DJ Moore, and I would also go no Najee. I'd go Juju, McKenzie, Kirk.
I agree.
Yep.
And it pains you to do that because you took Najee in the first round. But
yep.
If you took Najee in the first round, you're looking at your lineup right now going,
I'm broke as shit, and I don't mind saying it.
Satisfied Browns fan says, thanks for the show, boys. Jeremy, he'll put his Kareem Hunt jersey in the mailbox for you if Henderson screws him.
I don't think he's going to. The Rams run a lot. I mean, look, game script, you can be wrong about a lot. I will tell you this, just low-key, I did just put the Panthers in a DraftKings lineup as a, you know what, I want one piece of this. Just a piece. Just a singular piece. Because I have kind of been thinking, you know, that fired coach bump could be a thing. I could see Rams-Panthers ending up 13-10. I see a path to that.
Yeah. I just don't think the Rams are that bad.
They're not.
I don't know. I just at some point this has to all turn around, and it only makes
I don't know
sense
that it's this week
should be.
But why? Why does that make?
I don't
all right,
know.
so ask yourself that question. You got a running back that's away from the team for personal reasons, which
Right.
means you've obviously got a lot of strife. You've had the coach bitching about Odell Beckham Jr. all week. This feels like the week that you go, holy fuck, what is wrong with them? Darrell Henderson's still good.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see a path that they put J.C. Horn on Cooper Kupp, and he's just so much fucking bigger.
So it's a Ben Skowronek.
Oh, J.C.
week.
Horn's not playing? How did I not know that?
Oh, is he not?
How did I not know that? Oh, he was ruled out.
Interesting.
Oh, no. This could be a back to the old drawing board scenario. How the hell did I miss that?
So is that now a no-go on the Panthers defense?
That just means that Cooper Kupp's going to fucking kill them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to get pressure. That means Dante Jackson's probably the one on it's either Dante
Cooper
Jackson
Kupp?
or C.J. Henderson.
Oh. And if it's Dante Jackson, I don't like that at all.
He can at least run with him.
Yeah, but he cheats a lot.
He does cheat a lot.
He cheats a lot, and if he can't jump that route properly, that means Cooper Kupp scores 4 touchdowns today.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I don't like that for them.
Damn it!
Yeah, no bump. No bump for the Panthers. I'm off on that one. Jamison Elson, pick 3 PPR wide receiver. Godwin, Deontay Johnson, Isaiah McKenzie, or T. Higgins.
Godwin, McKenzie, and Higgins.
Yes.
Yes. Leaving Johnson out.
Although I'm wondering, is there going to be a game script bump for Deontay Johnson? Is Kenny Pickett going to have to throw 60 times this game?
I mean, he could try.
I'm not saying he's going to.
You could try.
I didn't say he was going to be good at it. I just said, is there going to be a bump?
Bucks defense. Play them. Go for it.
They're so expensive.
They are.
They are. Unnecessarily. You have other options.
Yes. I would agree. Yeah, Rich Vitale says Chen is out too. Yeah, he's on IR. So don't like that for the Panthers secondary. Not
I knew
sure
that
they're
one.
gonna have,
I didn't know the first one.
Yeah, not sure they're going to have an answer for Cooper Kupp. Even with, I don't know, even with J.C. Horn playing, I didn't really like it to begin with.
Cooper Kupp is empty stats, but that's great for fantasy.
Absolutely.
It's true. He's right,
Mm-hmm. All right, we about ready to wrap this thing on up here. Final questions.
Time to go make some chili.
Oh, are you making chili today? How do you have like a secret ingredient that you want to share with the group here?
Hell no.
Something out of the ordinary
Hell
that
no.
you throw in that we should be trying?
No, I don't measure anything.
I don't either.
It's all cooked by taste.
Yep.
And that's how it goes.
I go, yeah, that looks good.
Owen asked, I also have Kyler and Eno starting. Do I want another Cardinal? I mean, there's something to that. I just like Rondale Moore a lot today. I like Rondale more than I like Eno Benjamin.
Yeah.
Because here's the other part of where I was headed with Cardinal running backs. Do you know what the most touches any of them have had in a week is?
What?
18. James Conner once in a blowout.
Hmm.
Other than that, nobody's been above 11 not named James Conner.
Yeah.
And I struggle to believe that's the way it's going to go this week. And I don't care that Darrell Williams is out.
Mm-hmm.
I do it with Keontae Ingram. That's how – and Rondale Moore and Kyler Murray.
I agree.
Daniel Hillman asked, Brady's going to make me lose now, right? Not necessarily. Because here's the thing. They're going to be up by a jillion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Question is, how do you think they score? How do you think they get there?
Mike Evans. I took out Chris Godwin. I've gone full Mike Evans. I'm officially back to a lineup full of players that I like,
Okay.
which is where I wanted to be.
Okay.
And no, I don't have the freaking Jets because we're going to get smoked today.
I mean, I would hope so. I would hope that the Buccaneers are going to be able to, put their foot on the throat and not back off. But, look at last week.
They're going full Tom Petty. They won't back down.
Like I said, but look at last week. You got up big and then almost gave the game away in the end. Ascendo wants to know who wins my lineup versus theirs. He has
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, Nick Chubb, Ramondre Stevenson, Cooper Kupp, A.J. Brown, Travis Kelce, kicker, and the Eagles defense.
I like yours better than his. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good.
Kelsey's the only one that scares me on his versus yours. Kelsey has another
And Ramondre.
4 tutties plus Ramondre. It's going to be gross. You're going to be tight. You guys probably the 2 highest scoring lineups of the week.
You still got time to get your DFS lineups in for the battle for the belt. The link is in the description of this here video. Also find that link out on our social medias as well. Yes, you will have your chance to get into the finals for the battle for the belt with a win each and every week. So if you have not played with us throughout the season, it does not matter.
Nope.
Get
Win a week, you're in the finals.
Yep. Get those lineups in. You finish at the top, NASCAR-style rules. You will be in the final for the battle for the belt. That'll get you the. If you win, you'll get the Beer City's Best Fantasy Football Player belt that we are having made with the Sportocracy logo, and of course all of our fine sponsors on there as well. Fred Anderson Nissan of Asheville, Ingles Supermarkets, EXP Realty, Clarissa sells WNC.com. By the way, check her out if you need to buy or sell a home. We will be hanging out at the Village Porch this afternoon for the games, 51 North Merriman Avenue in the Reynolds Village subdivision. I keep calling it a subdivision. Should I say development?
It's a
business park, whatever. Whatever you want to call it. Reynolds Village, great place to hang out, watch games. They got every game on the televisions, and we have a whole lot of fun. So come on out and join us with that one. We will be back with you on ESPN Asheville tomorrow to wrap up everything that happened in this week of the NFL and all of the college as well at 3 o'clock each and every day.
Did you have a stroke?
That's all I got. I was waiting for you to say, hey, see you next week.
Does anybody want to throw out a sweeping declaration before we get out of here?
Sweeping declaration.
Jets +8.
Yeah.
It's 9 now.
Jets +9.
Jets +9.
It's too many points, Jeremy.
Are you two both going Jets +9?
Absolutely.
Good Lord. Tom Brady goes absolutely nanners, and George Kittle is the tight end that you wish you had rostered.
I like it.
Yeah, buddy.
Best of luck today in all your fantasy endeavors. This has been the Fantasy Game Time Decisions. Thank you, Armchair Commentary, David Smith, for joining us as always. Go make your chili. Keep your secret recipe to yourself, you selfish bastard. And we will see you, Tuesday, right? For Mullet Man and the Canada Dan.
That's right.
Yeehaw.